What is going on, everybody? Welcome to episode number 62 of Saturday Night Hypnosis Halloween edition. Of course, hope everybody's having a fantastic evening. Of course, you know, Halloween is not today. I wish it was, but enjoy your Halloween, obviously, when it comes, and hope everybody has a great night. Let's get right into it, guys. We have a lot that we need to cover, a lot that we need to talk about. There's so much going on in the entertainment space right now. And of course, we got our guest star, SleepyPilgrim. What's going on, man? How you doing?
Thanks for inviting me. Really appreciate it. It's nice to see you all here.
Absolutely, my friend. Thank you so much for hanging out with us this evening. Let's start off with our intros. We're going to go right away to Mr. Leon. Word to Paradise. Take it away.
I am stoked to be here. Let's do it. We got so much going on in the nerd news. I love that we got SleepyPilgrim on the show. I feel like it's a bit of an oversight having him on the Halloween episode when he clearly should be on a Thanksgiving episode given his name. But, you know, whatever works. And I know we like to make a lot of jokes about me being a homo and whatnot, but I got to say, Coach, stop posting fucking shirtless stuff on Instagram or I might actually turn gay. So, yeah, a lot of stuff to cover. So let's go.
I'm not gonna lie, Coach.
Guys, the gayest shit I ever heard. God damn.
Coach, man, your Instagram posts are just a little bit thoughty, my friend. They're a little thoughty. They're out there. They're out there. But I appreciate it. And of course, we got the mega shill himself, not changing his outfit simply because he is the shill always. Take it away.
I am the mega shill. Yes, you know me from all of the productions out there. I will praise anything. Robin Hood is the greatest show ever. I'm here to support Grogu. And I'm here to shill for the holy Joan of Arc of the modern day, some would say, known as Kathleen Kennedy. She was horribly attacked by the evil South Park, and I'm here to defend her honor.
Dude, that episode was amazing, by the way.
That shit was amazing.
Amazing. And of course, we got our local Klansman himself. Used to be called Ryan Roger Athe. Now he's called Kareem Abdul Turbani. Take it away.
Inshallah, my brothers and sisters. It's great to see you all watching today. Do you like my strong Middle Eastern accent? Thank you. Come again. It's great to be on the show with all the other fine folks, from AIDS Man to Iron Gimpy and to Miles Morales on the far left, because now I am French and we take over all of France. And yes, hopefully we will have a great show. And here's to a great show. Likewise, Black Lives Don't Matter. And yeah, here's to a great show. I have plenty of pictures to show you guys. Hopefully you'll enjoy them all. And hopefully Adolf Hypnotic can let me show them one of those.
Maybe if you're good, we'll think about it. I do like the fact that Black Who Lives or Black Who Votes got race swapped for Halloween, apparently. So that's kind of sad. And of course, we got SleepyPilgrim, man. Take it away.
Yeah, I'm just standing in for Director X this week because he couldn't be here. He's just hanging around gay bars and he's just fighting the good fight. Bless him. Know what I am saying. So yeah, I'm just gonna stand in here for him. I've never done this before, so if I fuck it up, I apologize. I've got a little channel.
We're not allowed to
YouTube.
swear on the show.
Can't be worse than Ryan.
You can't be worse than Ryan.
Don't tell him that. No, you are allowed to swear. Don't listen to Leon. He's retarded. Don't do that.
Couldn't. So yeah, I've got a little channel called SleepyPilgrim. If anybody wants to go and see that, I basically just rip on Rachel Zegler and Dylan Mulvaney most of the time.
It's pretty good targets to rip on, I would say. Like they could
It's
give you
easy
content
targets.
for like literally months. So
it's punching down, and that's the way I like it. I don't want to have to punch up.
Fair enough. And we got our local cult classic Cage Pool. Take it away.
Yeah, so the shill here was repping one cunt, and here I am to rep another cunt, because apparently Spider-Man's girlfriend hit the fucking wall, and she went from being, the hottest of the hotties to now being Mega Jaws Watson, aka Mary Jane. So definitely repping her with the Jaws t-shirt, and good to be here as always. And yeah, it's a fun one. Clearly, I just literally dug this up from my closet in the 10 seconds I had to prep for the Halloween stream. So
But the fact that you were able to pull that off in 10
It
seconds
works
goes
on
to
you for
show
some reason.
there is a lot in your room, probably. I'm just saying. There's a lot in
Some
there.
of it does. There is definitely a lot in my room. And funny enough, most of it doesn't even make it on camera. So
I'd hope so.
Oh God!
God
I
damn.
wonder where it goes.
On the next topic,
Oh,
we got
deployed
who used to
yourself.
be Dragon Slayer commentaries, who is now, let's see, Race Swap Slayer, who swam from Cuba. Good
Gotta keep
title.
the
Take
representation.
That's an awful
Sorry.
title.
it away, Slayer.
Hey, how you doing, everybody? It's your friend Dragon Slayer. Oh wait, no shit. That is I am Pumpkin Slayer. Yes, I swam all the way from Cuba. No, I am not Russian. But just so you know, I am taking over his role for today in the Halloween stream. Okay, so don't worry about anything. We're going to have good time, lot of vodka, and eventually we're going to get Babushka to drive out the Arab Karim Abdul Turbani. Okay, so don't worry about that. We're going to drive the Arabs out as usual with atomic bombs. Don't worry.
Jesus Christ.
If not, we're going to use
Thank you,
poison
good
gas
night.
or we're going to throw
Yeah, seriously.
Palestinians or other Arab tribes at them. Do not worry, they always fight.
My God.
What happened
Oh,
to Tony?
he
God
just
damn.
went- He just went all evil. He's just like, heal.
You know my career started in an Afghani cave.
Oh, God.
You guys are a little bit
Oh.
too good at that. And we got that girl, Casey, says, we hunting what? Zeals?
You don't want to know what we hunt.
People with very
Oh,
big
no, wait.
noses.
Take it away.
No.
We hunting
You hunting
Zion?
Zios, but you don't. That doesn't mean it's one kind of person. But that's a whole nother thing. It's all connected.
Metal,
Anywho,
we've always been
All
weird.
connected.
my name is Casey. I'm here today as a Black Lives Matter participant. That's my Halloween costume. All right. So I'm going to be extra politically correct today. All right. So actually, y'all could call me Shaniqua. I'll be Shaniqua today for Halloween.
I'm okay with that.
okay, Shanae.
If you had a BLM shirt, that would be incredible.
Yeah, I don't
That would
own
be
that.
amazing.
I would
Do you have any
probably burn it
signs
if
so
I
you could
did
just
own it,
write
but, you know.
BLM, like just the background?
My skin is BLM enough.
Fair enough.
Fucking Casey, Hypno tried to convince me to buy a Trans Lives Matter shirt the other day to wear on stream. And I'm like, I won't take a joke that far. Like, you know, fuck that.
It's like,
I
no.
would. I totally would. I would have bought the shirt for you. I swear to God. I'd send it to you. Okay, Casey.
Nah, I mean that's it. But you know what? If you guys are looking really to where to find me, I'm on That Girl Casey on YouTube, talking about everything. Like I said, it's all connected, mostly geopolitical, right? No, mostly World War III right now. So check me out right there.
Very cool. Very cool. And we got last but not least, of course, the Mr. Coach MC, aka Stark MC. Take it away.
Yes, this is Tony, your favorite weapons dealer. How are you guys? As you know, matter about to everyone, my career also started in Afghanistan cave. They got me in there because I was selling weapons to the bad guys, and then the really bad guys wanted some more weapon. I couldn't sell that to them, so I invented an even bigger weapon to get out of the cave, return to my homeland, and then destroy some other people. So, you know, I sent my communication officer to the stream. He's called the Coach MC, and he has this very weird studio. And if you really are about the freedom of creativity, the freedom of speech, the freedom of whatever doing in life, then come over to the Coach MC studio, because like my man Mario up there, hey, we got you covered. We are the plumbers. We bring everything and the right pipelines work together. And so
Does it come with tacos?
it comes with tacos, and you don't know or want to know the feeling. Oh, the feeling is monstrous. Ah,
The feeling is filled with a little
Can I
bit
touch
of
it
white
inappropriately?
if you
Powder. Oh
ask
my
me so
god. Okay,
badly,
I
of
think we
course.
need to
This
find
stream is
the
going somewhere totally different.
Oh,
Mr. Stark
You
MC.
don't know
Now you
all
scared
Pull
off
out the
Casey. She
Horny
had to go off
catalog.
camera.
So I sent
Cassie
my
gets ballsy with that mask on.
crazy
I
coach.
think Cassie's going to embrace the cage pull
Right.
persona.
Which
She's
is
Very,
already
very much
embracing the
today.
Deadpool too much.
Even
my-
has the stare down pack. Look at that stare. It's great.
seriously. No, I'm going back to my old identity. Right. Thank you so much, Friday, and also Jesse, and to all the others. It's just a beautiful opportunity to talk again and to have some fun all together, and to go, you know, to go there where nobody else wants to go, right? Where it hurts the most. So let's do it.
I'm
Absolutely.
good at going where everyone doesn't want to go.
I knew she was gonna.
We
It's,
already
it's gonna,
goes
it's gonna
with,
be all night. I hope you know
Even
that.
though you're into
Yeah,
that shit.
very
Typically
romantic
goes
night.
with a pair of cheeks and my fist.
Cage
Let's
pool is
continue.
going all
The other
night.
thing
ladies and
about
gentlemen.
it-
Jack Murphy has entered the chat.
All right,
Gage,
ladies and
you know
gentlemen,
you're not
listen.
supposed to scare our guest in the first 5 minutes, right?
We
You
scared our
literally
guests
are
backstage.
terrifying
What are you
this man.
talking
That's
about? today?
already, man. It's already done.
Well, listen,
I
guys,
mean-
episode 62, man. I'm super excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. You know, it's always cool doing these, you know,
Shut up.
special streams and whatnot. Damn.
Damn.
Who the
Tony
hell?
keeps his bitches in line.
My cat. It's very nasty.
You
Shut
just-
up, I said.
Even I felt fucking
Mr.
scared for a second. I was
Mr.
like,
Stark
whoa.
just had a Andrew Tate moment with his cat. Leave him alone.
Oh
You know
my
what
god.
it is.
As I was saying before I got completely destroyed there, I'm super excited. I love doing these special streams. You know, we all have fun and just have a good time and make fun of the week as we always do. You know, I'm excited to have Sleepy Pilgrim on the stream. It's going to be a good time. So we're going to be talking about a couple things tonight. Obviously, the hot topic going on right now is probably Snow White being delayed till 2025 and the backtracking that they're doing on that movie. The fact that they're actually using CGI dwarves instead of the super diverse tall dwarves that they were using before, let alone not actually hiring real dwarves, but we'll get into that as well. We're also going to talk about the Marvels holding their reviews and not wanting to release them until you know, the movie actually comes out. So they're trying to hold back, you know, criticism on the film, which is not necessarily a strange thing. I've seen that happen a couple times before, but you know, we'll keep going with that. And then of course we're going to talk about Director X because there was a couple of videos that were released on his Instagram that I thought was pretty damn funny. Shout out to Director X again. The videos are pretty damn funny. The amount of people that were just completely sucking this guy off in at a party and claiming that he was a marketing genius for coming on our show and talking.
Yeah,
with
like
the
that
angry
little fake
nerds.
and fit podcast.
Well,
he
in a
was
way,
on.
he was.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was interesting to see how the other side thinks after the conversation, right? So because everybody, well, we'll get into that. It's ridiculous stuff. So, but we're gonna start off with Snow White because I think there's a lot to talk about regarding what's happening with Snow White. So Snow White has been delayed to 2025. A lot of people know that. Okay, that's pretty much obvious. But the thing is, you know, hasn't this movie been delayed before? Just can
Yes.
anybody correct me on
That's
that?
already
Yeah.
I think even the third push. There was a smaller push in the beginning that wasn't even mentioned. Then the big push, and now I think this is the third one.
Yeah, but this is pretty major. And, you know, there was something that was said earlier that got me thinking. I don't know if it's true. I literally had no time today to check, so I was going to check live. But when is the Snow White for Daily Wire coming out?
It
I'm not
was
sure if they
coming out the
announced
same week as Rachel Zegler's Snow White. I'm really hoping they delay it.
So, but do you think that has anything to do with Disney delaying theirs?
Yes,
I think so.
absolutely.
I-
Majority or minority?
It's part of the reasons. It's definitely like a big chunk because they knew exactly that they would, even if they would make some serious numbers, everybody would talk about the Daily Wire Snow White. They know that, and they didn't want to stand in that. They didn't want to be associated with these guys. They didn't want to be in the same universe. And so they said, we rather push it back, make some major corrections, work on the dwarfs or whatever you have in mind, and let them do their thing. And once this is kind of over, we finally present hopefully our last product.
Well, that's
Well,
what
I mean,
has
to
me-
be fair,
Go ahead.
sorry. To
No,
be
go ahead,
fair, as the shill, I have to defend Disney from all you racist bigots. You also have to obviously account for the writer's strike and the actor's strike. Like every single movie is being pushed back. Too,
I mean,
so.
they invented this strike in the first place. Don't forget that film.
But correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't this movie majority done already before the strike
Yeah, it
even
was.
happened?
Here's the reason it's a full year. Like, here's how we know that it has to do with the Daily Wire stuff. Take your minds all the way back to Sonic the Hedgehog and Ugly Sonic. Ugly Sonic, that had a release date of November of 2018, I believe. They pushed it back to fix the CGI after fans threw a fit. They fixed it in 4 months. They pushed it to February of 2019, or maybe it was 2019 and then into 2020. Either way, it was a 4-month fix. If Disney just needed to fix some fucking CGI on the dwarves, they wouldn't have pushed it out an entire year. So there's so much going into this that's at least a bit of it's got to do the Daily Wire stuff.
For sure.
Well, that's
I don't
why
know. It's
I
something
think
I'm
not
sure they
got-
weren't happy
backlash.
about it.
I think it's the backlash on the film. I'm looking at this as almost similar to the Sonic situation, where the backlash against Sonic was so big that they delayed the movie to make sure that they redid it the right way. Not that that's the primary reason. I'm just saying, like, you don't need a whole year considering
Right,
that the movie was
exactly.
almost done. you don't need a whole year. So in my opinion, I think it's a combination. Majority of it's reshoots. Obviously now they got to use the smaller dwarves instead of the diverse dwarves. I think it's taking a whole nother route, let's just say,
I think
due to
generally
the backlash.
Totally, and I think generally we gonna have to acquainted with this idea that movies gonna be delayed in the future. Like any movie's gonna be delayed because nowadays
that's what I'm saying.
The companies will increasingly pay more attention to politics and everyday concerns and development. So whatever agenda could affect in some sort the box office, they're gonna make sure that it's not in a neutral space, right? Political.
Oh, look
That
at
is
that!
so
Doesn't that
fucking
look like a
terrifying.
porn thing?
You know what the
does.
sad thing
Porn
is?
thing.
Had they led with this, there would probably not have been as much backlash aside from the typical, oh, great, we have a white character going non-white again. But aside from that, like it probably wouldn't have been that bad had you started with that. But the thing is,
Hypno wants to see the movie.
no, I definitely do not.
From this still alone, though, I've got to give I know that why it's the shill and all, but I'm gonna give Disney a.
Oh, I don't know.
small
After
amount of credit.
last week, you definitely get promoted yourself to
Oh
shill.
yeah,
too, so
last
welcome aboard,
stream,
sir.
the amount of
You go ahead and shill
tweets
away.
and messages
Yeah,
I was
look,
getting.
good points are good points. I gotta acknowledge them when they're there. We weren't there to start conflict. No, Disney, the CGI right here that's being used is actually better than anything we've seen in their last probably 10 movies. Granted,
Well,
it's just a
let's
still,
relax, Leon. We
but-
haven't seen it in motion yet.
Yeah,
okay.
come on
True
now.
enough. Fair
Still
enough.
shot at CGI.
Okay, the
looks
art,
good.
the character design is better than most of their remakes.
Right.
Can we just
This
point-
looks accurate, right?
Fair
Then,
enough.
Coach, good.
Fair enough.
if you're looking into a space that is made inside of an oak tree that is guarded by 4 owls and has a red wooden door as an entrance, you're looking at a witch space. So this is a space of sorcery. I mean, this is like out of the picture book to create a room where you want to
You just hit me with
you,
some
you
fucking.
want to summon
I
something.
don't even know
right?
what that was.
Like an oak tree, 4 owls, and a red
Yeah.
door. Are you kidding me?
Yep. I
It's
see
a
it.
gigantic red flag of occultism.
And look at the
I mean, yeah.
picture composition. What you're looking here is the pentagram, which point is looking at us, right? So we have the 2 stars, the 2 windows. This is the baseline. The point is, of course, Rachel, and she is the golden tip, right? She's the cornerstone, the summit
She's
point.
definitely gonna get the golden tip.
Pentagram.
One of these.
A couple of them.
And we have
One of these doors.
We have 2 windows right and
All
left.
of
So
them.
this is a perfect
This one
pentagram.
right here.
Yep.
I mean, these
You're right.
dwarves look as white as she does. So either she's been turned white, or they've all been turned brown.
Well, I'm
Let's-
surprised.
She's half Polish
I was
or
gonna say,
something
I'm
like that.
surprised
ain't
that
she?
the- I'm
Yeah,
surprised
like, I
that
don't
the
know why
dwarves
they
were
was
white.
even-
She's probably gonna. They're probably gonna be assholes if she has to turn against them later on.
Oh yeah.
Probably.
Because you got to remember,
Um,
they are. I do think they're going to stick with the original story idea, right? Like she's not going to be in love or anything like that. I think she's going to be focused on being the leader she can be. But so even though
If
they're
that's the
going
case,
with a
why
more
push it back a
accurate look,
year?
no, because now it's CGI, bro. Like you went from actual live people, and the thing is, like, why would you use CGI
Is that
dwarves
true though?
in a live
Because-
action fucking
It's-
movie?
it's
Like that just doesn't.
brain,
That's-
the
Actually
whole
kinda
idea.
That's
like
what
it.
I was gonna say. Why didn't they hire 7 little fellas that
Peter Dinklage was complaining. That's why.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the-
Yeah,
the
they
smaller
should've just
pyramid
done
was
that.
complaining.
Yeah,
Do you
but
know
what's
about the
Peter
backstory
Dinklage
with
gonna
that,
do?
Pilgrim? what Peter Dinklage said when this movie was first announced?
Mhm.
Oh, that was him bitching about he didn't shout loud enough if Disney were going to make a movie with dwarfs in it, but then you had like Hornswaggle and Wee Man Out of Jackass come in and saying, "Yeah, we're cool with it." There's
Mhm.
like 7 little people that would have loved to have had this part. It could have made them for life. And I mean, who fucking put Dinklage in charge of them?
Well, I
To
think
be
what
fair,
it
it
is
wasn't going to
now,
make them
guys,
for life. It's still a live action Disney remake that's going to flop. It's not going to make them for life.
It's a
Yeah,
classic.
but it would have got the
example of-
faces out there. I'm not saying they would have.
That's
I
true,
mean,
yeah.
It's a classic
They don't
example of
need much
someone
money.
kicking the ladder out from under himself. That's what it is. Like
Yeah.
he got to the top.
He's
And more
kicking
people
the
need
step
those
stool out
ladders.
Kicking
from
the ladder
under
out.
him.
The step stool. He's kicking it.
Yeah, I can't
Playing
see.
What are
Tyrion
you
the
talking
Giant.
about? They just threw they just took off the ladder from him and he just fell. Like, he was-
Seriously, Cassie, what were you gonna say now?
Well, it's difficult to find 7 people, let alone 7 small people, to pretend to love an ugly bitch. I know it's a work of fiction, but I mean, come on. There's only
Damn.
there's only
hate
so many
midgets
good
for, like,
actors out
words.
here.
Does.
Everyone hates Rachel Zegler so much they had to digitally put in men to stand around her.
Can I just say I've done
No.
worse on coke?
Nice.
I think I have the unpopular take here, though, the extreme unpopular take. So I might be the shill of all shills, maybe because my name is Shaniqua today. I don't know, but I don't think that it's because of the Daily Wire. To be honest, that little teaser that the Daily Wire put out did not excite me in any type of fact. I love Snow White. I love the story of Snow White. I liked also too Snow White and the Huntsman. Excuse me.
No, sure.
So what happened?
Even if they make more money than Daily Wire, way more money, and they will surely make it if they release it at the same date. Still, Disney didn't want to be, when it comes down to rating this movie, in any way compared to the Daily Wire or being, put in the same.
Right, even having their names in the same sentence, because
they're not afraid of them. They just didn't want to be associated with them in any.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real now. The Daily Wire's version of Snow White is just as cringe to me as Disney.
Well, I have a couple arguments. I have a couple arguments against what Coach was saying. But Casey, finish what you were saying.
Yeah, like I mean, I don't know. I do feel like they don't want to be in the same sentence as the Daily Wire, because then it does bring attention to like, oh wait, what's the Daily Wire, for people who don't know what that is. You know what I mean? But
you compare products and all that. Yeah.
Yeah,
and what's Bent Key? Because it'll be on Bent Key from the Daily Wire. How very
but I don't think it's that I don't think Daily Wire's little teaser was anything that really scare me, but you know what I mean, like make them. I just didn't think it was all that decent. I actually kind of like the way this looks. Like I do. Like, I mean, I have to see it live action, but maybe because the other one was so ugly to me, like,
and stupid and nonsensical. Yeah, I agree.
Right.
I don't
like it was all these like hobos, like homeless looking people just.
But like a question, don't I really have this question? Don't you think this betrays the whole concept of making a live adaptation? So why are you making a live adaptation and now you're having these CGI characters? It really...
Well, yeah, you're right. I mean, because we know the background story, but think about it. Like, we know the background story that they're not going to hire 7 small people, right? They're not going to do it. It's somehow racist to small people to give them an opportunity. Whatever. But a normal person, like not a normal person, somebody who's not realizing what's going on, it actually looks fun because they still look like quirky little, you know what I mean? Like animated things, you know.
So people don't follow what we follow.
It's a word.
There was the Lion King remake, and for some reason, people still call that live action. Meanwhile, it's entirely CGI. So I mean, that concept is completely out of the window.
I'm sorry.
Well, I guess because they were going for photorealism or whatever. But my argument is that I don't think it has to do with Daily Wire at all. I think it's a very small minority of Daily. I would even argue it's probably more coincidence. Because the reason why I say this, here's why, is because again, they don't need a whole year to do anything other than the obvious, right? They're remaking a good portion of their movie. Had they wanted to convince people that this was the plan from the get-go, they wouldn't need a whole year. And another thing too, if you didn't want to be in the same sentence as Daily Wire, wouldn't you want to come out first, not last? Like, wouldn't you want to come out first, not second? What if the Daily Wire movie is good? Then now people are going to have this whole other idea and perception. So I think it's a combination of maybe they don't have a lot of faith in their movie, their whatever. Like, I don't know if it's that, or they genuinely just need more time to do work. I think it's that. I think they need more time to do work, to rectify. And maybe the Snow White film from Daily Wire did make them go, oh, maybe we should do something a little more source accurate. The story is not going to be source accurate, but at least presentation wise.
Right. No, I get what you're saying, but don't you at least there's like a small percentage of like Disney representatives and executives going, do we really want to be in the same ballpark like these guys? Even if it's a fake badass movie that is as cringe as ours, let's do something where we stand alone. If we publish this first, you remember the rule, right? You always remember the last thing. So if you publish first, then imagine the Daily Wire stuff is good. People will always talk and only talk about that. And they didn't want to kind of, go like not even kind of risking that position, I think. And if you publish last, then they will compare it to the previous product. That's why I said maybe they thought this is also a good motive to kind of, push it back. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff to fix inside of this.
This picture looks like a porn parody. Let's be real.
It does. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
They definitely let's be clear. Okay, they definitely released this picture on purpose.
Can I just say I'm gonna get shot down here.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I mean, a year is a long time to put it back. And I mean, there's the slightest possibility that they could be replacing Rachel Zegler.
But if that was the case, they wouldn't show her in this picture.
Exactly. I mean, I
don't
wish
think
that
that's
was the
gonna
case,
happen.
but because there was a lot of rumors about them replacing her with Jenna Ortega, which would be you know a better. So first of all, Jenna Ortega is just a better actress. Like for anyone that's actually seen stuff with Rachel Zegler in it, she's not a very she's objectively mid at best. She's never been in a financially successful movie, so I wish the rumors about replacing her with Ortega were true, just because Ortega is better at her craft. But if that was the case, yeah, I'm with Hypno. They would not have released a photo with Zegler in it.
And what I was saying before is that they definitely released this picture on purpose because they know, okay, starting off with bad news, right? Or at least bad news for them, not necessarily for us. Delaying the movie for a year, right? They already know the kind of reaction that was going to get. But they also purposefully put out this picture with the 7 doors because they know all the arguments and backlash they were getting had to do with the presentation of the movie and the fact that they weren't actually using dwarves. They were using whatever the fuck you want to call those, whatever that was.
Diversity hires.
I don't even know if you want to call them hobos, like Casey said, but that is
diversity hire hobos.
That's what they're doing. So you purposely release this one picture showcasing her in a source accurate outfit, right? With 7 dwarves that are 100% source accurate, right? So, but the thing is, they're getting backlash. They're not getting the support I guess they thought they were going to get, because for me, I think it's really insulting that you didn't hire 7 actual dwarves for this film. Considering that it's a live action, considering that we know you're purposefully avoiding real dwarven people because of what Peter Dinklage said and other people and whatnot who are on Twitter with too much time on their hands. And you decided to say, okay, we'll invest the money to do CGI dwarves. That's really fucked up in my opinion.
But a midget's a midget. If it's a CGI midget or a real midget, they're the same.
It's the same as the new Willy Wonka movie coming out. Instead of having dwarves, whatever you would call them, for Oompa Loompas, it's literally Hugh Grant, like just photocopied as a bunch of like little people. I'm not even kidding.
I don't know.
What is it that Rachel Zegler said in that interview not too long ago? All the scenes can get cut. It's Hollywood, baby. Like
seriously, that's what she said.
Since the company is Disney, ladies and gentlemen, why don't they just hire children, put them in makeup, and make them look like dwarves? You know,
because you don't even have to.
They would have to be hired. They did that with the Santa Claus movies with Tim Allen, and it was great. The Tim Allen Santa Claus elves are my favorite, versions of elves.
The first part was actually dope.
Are you kidding me, guys? There's not enough children in Hollywood that aren't scarred by their sick, fucking disgusting ways.
What's wrong with you guys? You're trying to give kids to Disney? Jesus.
No, in a perfect world, Ryan's suggestion would make sense. If Disney wouldn't be such an evil place like the other studios as well. I mean, kids, dressing them up as dwarves would actually be like a.
Well, don't you guys remember that story of the Disney employee that got outed as an actual pedophile, and instead of Disney firing him, they just put him on permanent work from home. That way, he just wasn't around the children, but was still able to market and stuff.
I did not know
that was an actual story.
Yeah, they really do that.
It was a Pixar dude.
But they could have just hired adults and made them look. I mean, they do it with fucking hobbits all the time. Like, I don't understand why
this. Elf. Remember the movie Elf? It'll be coming back around again.
Like it's very clear that they have the ability to actually use real people. So the question is why? Why didn't you use real people? You know what I mean? We all know why, but they're never gonna say why.
Right.
But I'm curious as to what their politically correct answer would be, right? If they even answer that in the first place. Because I know a lot of people are tagging them and asking them that question. Why didn't you use real people for this? So I'm curious.
Why do you even make this movie?
Whoa, you guys see in the chat the breaking news? Matthew Perry is dead.
Really?
What?
The Jinx just posted in chat, and I just checked. It's Matthew Perry from Friends passed away from drowning. I just googled it.
Really?
Like, they're
drowning?
He died of drowning.
Drowning sucks.
Oh no, not drowning, bro. This
Come
is
on, really?
Yeah, no,
we're talking about secret freaking rings over here, and then we hear a star dies by drowning.
Hold on,
we'll cover that. We'll cover that. Yeah, we'll cover that after. Let's do that after. It's fine.
Okay. Oh my god!
I don't want to.
I have to ask Jarvis.
I was live when Tucker Carlson got fired.
Put him in a cat. It's more practical. Jarvis, can you find something out about the death of Matthew Perry? Thank you.
Who is he talking about?
It's
I'm
my
sorry,
cat.
little
Talking to
Mark.
his
Freaking
German
cat,
imaginary
like,
friend.
He's like,
After
no.
Vision
saw
died,
Yeah.
we
in the
kind of,
back,
created
Yeah, it's
clone.
reported
such that he's
everywhere. It's true.
In short, the cat is pissing him off, and he is telling him off like a
Woman.
mafioso, just telling,
Just eat
if you
your
go
cat.
fucking
The chat
messing
wants to
around with
eat.
me again, I will fucking kill you. Shut up, you
The chat
fucking
wants
cat.
me to share it. I'm just gonna share it. Whatever. Just, you
Yeah,
guys brought it
yeah,
up,
it's
so.
Yeah,
breaking
it's
news.
just
Oh,
been
yeah, the same
reported.
order.
Oh
Damn.
my
Breaking news:
God.
Friends
It's
thought
TMZ,
Matthew Perry
of
dead at
course it's
54
TMZ.
after apparent drowning. Keyword: apparent. Drowning.
Apparent drowning.
It's TMZ. What do you
Oh my
expect?
god.
Well, he's had it. It's been
Dude,
it's
the
being
article
reported everywhere.
that
I
I
saw
saw
it
was
on
from the New
Google.
York Post.
Yeah,
Dragon.
TMZ
Yeah.
is
Yeah, I
crazy.
know, but, like-
TMZ, they'll be reporting people's deaths before it's actually like
Yeah.
before they
Yeah,
die.
no, yeah, they,
Yeah,
yo,
that
they
But
got,
happened.
they also
got
overblow
infiltrates.
everything half the time. But yeah, I know, I'm sure it's been reported everywhere else, but like I just
No,
laughed
they
because it was
be- they're first with
TMZ.
it.
Yeah,
think
but he's talked
drowning's,
about for a long time about his issues with like
Mm.
alcoholism and everything.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
basically
Yeah,
it
on
started during
Friends, the reason his weight
Yeah.
fluctuated so much was because he was
Yeah.
doing every drug known to man.
Yes, yes.
And then he
yes.
would
That's
detox
He
and
didn't
do it
stop. He
again.
basically didn't stop. He had a couple of rehabs, but he relapsed like
Yeah.
shortly afterwards, and he was constantly. I mean, during the reunion show of Friends, it was shocking.
Very
to see him.
convenient.
Yeah, it was shocking.
Our
to see him. And-
sources say he was found in a jacuzzi at home, and we're told there were no drugs found at the scene. We're also told there is no foul play involved.
Yeah.
Okay, no drugs. That doesn't
Already,
mean
I
no
know
alcohol.
that.
Because like I didn't know that hot water gets you drunk faster. And one time I took a
Oh, yeah.
shitload of shots, then got in a hot tub, and I ruined a friend's wedding. So
Yeah, and if you
like,
I want to
you
see
get
the
more
footage.
drugs too.
I
so
want to see
yeah.
the footage of that party. Did you hear?
I'll add
I don't
that to
believe
your
most of what they
file.
just said here.
Damn,
no,
that is crazy, man.
That file is getting longer.
Yeah, off of the no
Probably through a
information that I
cloud
have
or
on this,
thing.
I think it feels like genuine out of depression or
Yeah.
something.
I could be.
Damn, Sanguine. Too soon. Too soon.
Yeah.
Somebody in the
But-
chat said we derailed the conversation. Anyway.
Yes,
No,
we
it's
did.
all good.
I've never
I mean, but
watched
it's breaking
Friends,
news. I mean, that's
so-
terrible. Like, that's,
I was addicted to Friends. Me and my wife, we were like, I don't know how many times we rewatched every single episode. It's crazy.
I didn't
and,
really
uh,
watch it like that, but
That's
But honestly, I can't pretend to be shocked. You know what I mean?
No.
I just
Yeah,
can't. It's
Yeah,
Hollywood.
hey,
you know.
It's not shocking, it's just sad.
I'm shocked it happened before Bruce Willis,
No,
though.
please don't make me
Like
laugh
between the
right
two of them.
What am I
Well,
saying? That was funny. I'm just saying I can't be shocked.
Yeah, but
If
'cause
you
you
could
just-
Casey, why are you
are
laughing
so
at a man's
straightforward.
death?
If you-
This is serious.
How dare you?
He's like,
What was
I
I
can't
supposed
just
to
pretend to
say?
be. Okay, go
Is
ahead.
it
Oh,
safe to
man.
say that dementia saved Bruce Willis, at least, for the near
Probably.
future?
in a way.
Ah, that's a
Probably.
lot of suffering,
Yeah.
though.
But hey,
You know what I mean? Like,
what's
it's
the
It
what's
No
saved his
doubt.
reputation because everyone was trashing him because of how shit the movies were, until we found out the reason. We were
Mhm.
like, oh,
Oh yeah.
it really
All right,
was like a
enough about
collective.
Matthew
You could tell
Perry.
the whole
All
internet.
Yeah.
right, please. So sad.
Yeah.
Back to Snow White. Let's go. Now,
Yeah.
Back to the bitch.
how's
Back
that,
Stop
Casey?
being
Is that-
distracted. This is
is
important.
that- Is that better, Casey?
It's a white man over there. We're talking about a diverse woman.
Seriously.
Thank you, Chad.
I think
no.
Put a woman in it and make her gay.
Man, this is why I
completely
love
understand.
this crowd, because y'all are so real that like this is where I'm meant to be on Saturdays. All right, go ahead.
we're as real as
Hey.
Israel, Casey. Wink, wink. Nod, nod.
We're as real as these doors.
Look, I just love Hypno. Like Hypno is just we're talking about some man's death all serious, and he's like, all right, y'all, shut the fuck up. We're gonna go back to Snow White and the seven gay dwarfs, all right? And you're
Yeah,
gonna
because
like it.
he's already chilling. He's asleep. We still got work to do. So come on.
Yo,
That's true.
all right.
Let the man rest. Damn.
Yeah,
He's asleep.
Yeah, he's
That's in the
determined.
past. We have to move forward.
This
So,
guy.
He's dead now. He's in
We-
the dirt. Leave him
Shut up,
alone.
guys. Let him talk.
we know. I'm laughing, man. Okay. We
I
know.
just want to make a note for the record.
It's really like
We
Jonathan
know.
thinks he's a cat.
Damn, Black, come on, not Atreus' father, man. God, that's terrible.
Oh,
That's
God.
terrible.
Bro, even race swap the burns don't stop.
That's crazy.
Oh,
So yeah, we know these are my opinions, and I know you guys seem to share the same thing about why they delayed the movie. Do you think this is going to
Well,
make the movie any more
I
successful?
disagree, to be
honestly?
honest.
So tell me, why do you think they delayed it then?
I think it's mostly because of the actor strike. Because even you guys are saying, well, they want to do reshoots and change stuff. Well, if that's true, then they need to shoot with the actors. So the actor strike's obviously going to push it back.
No, but they wanted
Yeah,
to do
because
that
brought in-
after the fact, though. This movie was predominantly finished. These reshoots and all this shit that we're seeing right now, this is after the fact.
Why?
So this was
Well,
they
that's what I'm
announced it.
saying.
They announced this after the strike.
Yes.
was
Let's not forget it's Disney. If they really
But-
want to shoot stuff,
yeah.
they shoot stuff. Don't worry.
But the
And
actors aren't they
strike
still on strike though?
for them is like
Yeah,
yeah, they're
they
still
hopefully they stay on
Yeah.
strike forever. but-
If they want to
I've-
shoot,
But I
they
kinda
shoot.
just-
Well, the
If
writers
I'm
are
right,
too,
I
aren't
think
they? I thought the
they,
writers.
No, the
thing
writers are
broke
done.
down.
They're back.
The
No, no,
writers-
I could be wrong. I was reading something a couple days ago saying that the writers' strike, because it was potentially done. It still had to go to a bunch of review boards. When I had to go like 4 review boards, and I heard that eventually broke down, and that so
It
even the
did,
writers
yeah.
are still on
It's
strike.
back to square one, basically.
Mhm.
It's already fucking been
know.
written. It was written in 1937. They,
Yeah, right.
what
Great
have they got to
year.
write?
It was a great year.
Right.
Even before that. Yeah.
Great year to be alive, 1937.
Oh my god.
Although I just like to make a note for the
you
record.
fucker.
Just for the
you
record.
motherfucking
It was
cunt.
a great time for weapons dealer. It's okay.
In
Great
regard
time
to,
Boy, was it apparently.
in
I'm curious
regard
how
to
many of you
Rachel-
think that this was their initial plan.
No, they
no,
don't
like
plan.
it was
No,
there
These
was
7
wasn't part of
dwarves
their
versus
plan.
the diversity hires.
No, I
No,
also I'm gonna
I'm
I'm gonna be the dissenting shill there too because that
Ooh.
picture that came out of the people, could that not have just been like fill in, like placing the
For sure.
shots for it?
Yeah.
And because
Well,
it looks
that-
really
those-
fucking weird for
I
them to go
mean,
with
it-
that.
Yeah,
it
They-
could have been.
Rachel Zegler is very much digitally altered to be in that photo. They didn't have her come in for a photo shoot.
Yeah.
You can tell that's Photoshop.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I think
so
that
they
Yeah.
could
Tell
have just
them
been
that.
like getting
Stuff like
shots to place them. So that could have been the plan the whole time. Was that
Yeah,
well,
what
the CGI dwarves?
look, what showed up in the beginning, yeah, you're right. It probably was most likely leaked placement shots. Like the people
Yeah.
there were not actually the actors hired to do the Seven Dwarfs characters. Most
Yeah.
likely they were just trying to figure out like how the scene was going to get shot and how so she could have some sort of visual as she's walking down.
Right.
Or-
that's what I
those,
think.
or
it
for
was.
the
those shots
CGI
that
people.
were leaked actually came from the UK.
Yeah, yeah. So like there seems to be a
Because Rachel
sh-
Zegler wasn't actually in those shots with the 7 magical diverse
Yeah.
gypsies or whatever they
Homeless
were.
Yeah,
Version of the
gypsies.
Crips is fantastic.
That's a good one.
the thing is,
Undesirables
Disney
is a better
originally
word.
planned to use like the original plan was for Disney to have dwarves until Peter Dinklage went on his fucking tirade. So Disney could just be pulling from their previous concept art before they quickly change. Like, oh no, we don't want to upset the short man. We're going to change everything. And
Why
so they
is
I mean, they could have, if that's the case, Leon, they could have just like
I think to
hired
solve
7
this-
small people or
You
7.
know, that's not what I'm saying, Dragon. I'm saying that Disney clearly had concept art already in the vault from when
yeah, of
from
course.
before they were. So this could just be
in
old
pre-production.
concept art.
In pre-production, dude, like I remember watching one time behind the scenes on like the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit, like the concept designs. That's one of the very first things that they come up with just to get an idea
Right.
of what they want a visual, and then if they want to go like live action or CGI based off of those approved concepts, by the way, then yeah, they'll go on ahead and do that. But
Right. So that's what I'm
like-
saying. These are probably just leftover
yeah,
older
Right.
concept stuff.
But
Yeah.
I
Well,
do have a
clearly-
question though. I do have a question. So if they were just stand-ins, right? If they were stand-ins, let's say they're mocap
Yeah.
people or whatever, like they're the ones who do the whatever. They're not actually acting like on screen. Then
Yeah.
why dress them up in different outfits then? Why not
They will
just
do that just to be
Uh,
like that
I don't
character
know.
needs to go over there and just maybe if a certain character has to be in a certain spot, they will
is that
do
their way
to
of
try to get a sense
differentiating
of
like
it.
let me
who's
tell you
who?
this.
It can
I feel like
be.
they could have been, for all we know, a bunch of extras that were probably finished with shooting a certain scene and they were getting changed, and then they just said, oh no, hold on, come here real quick, we just want to do a placement shot, you guys stand over there, and that's why it looks so disorganized. I'm
Didn't
not
they
saying
come
that's
out
what
and
it
say
was.
They
that
could
they
have
were-
been just a pack of homeless people that were chasing
That
Rachel's
that
She's
is
like, what
true.
the fuck?
It could have been the
You
homeless
see her throwing
hobos.
apples at him to get away.
That is
So
a
they
bad
were
Didn't they
one.
come out and
gypsies.
say like this is official? I could have swore they came out and said like
They
this
tried to
Yeah, I
say it
think
was
they
fake at
did.
first, and then
did?
they eventually had
Yeah.
to come out and say that it was real. They didn't want to admit
Yeah.
that it was real at first for whatever reason.
Like,
They tried to have the Daily Mail, I think was the website that did it.
yeah,
They
was
tried
the
to
Daily
have them
Mail.
issue a correction, and then like after they had a conversation, then Disney came out and said, "Yeah, it's real, but this is just you know what I mean? Like they're placeholder people." They did admit that they were
Yeah.
placeholder people for whatever reason, but they thought they were
Mm.
placeholder people for other live action, like stunt doubles or
Yeah, of
whatever.
course.
Not
Can we all
not
just agree
CGI
that the box
mocap.
office for this movie is going to come up short?
Yep.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
No.
shorter than
This
the
is
midget
gonna
you're gonna
be
punt
the
in
greatest
anger. I know.
movie ever.
Shorter
this is
than
gonna
your
solve
penis.
the conflict in the Middle East. Finally, a diverse
Why did
woman
you-
is playing Snow White.
Wait, who's
World
penis?
peace will be achieved.
For sure.
We're talking about
Okay,
Shill
Miles
penis
Morales.
or Leon's micro penis because he's on hormones. Like who are we talking
Whoa.
about?
It's very short. Jarvis, how short? Very short.
Oh God.
But yeah,
Is the
I
cat
think
nearby? Are you gonna yell "shut up" in anger again?
Well, I mean, Jarvis is really nasty today. I don't know what's happening.
No, I can tell. You literally just go in the background and go, "Shut up!" I said, "Shut up."
yeah, I was kind of taken back by that.
It just shocks everyone.
Just eat your cat, coach. Eat it.
Zach says, finally, we see the real Ryan Roger Athe.
Admiral Akbar, Zax.
Oh man, you killed me when you dropped that one.
Guys in the
It's
chat,
poor,
please make sure you like the stream. Like the stream. Let's get it over 200, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, I guess that's enough about Snow White, man. I to answer your question, I do think it's going to bomb in the box office heavily. One thing I will talk about is the fact that the budget is going to be insane because it already is insane for this movie. Now you're adding another year of reshoots, and now we know that the majority of your cast is fucking CGI. Now you're throwing that into the mix. This movie is easily 300 million plus. It's going to be over that because right now it was already at what 217 or something after tax credit or
I'm
whatever.
pretty sure it was 230.
Well, after tax, like it had.
Oh yeah, that's right.
it had
After
a
the tax
good,
credit, that's
good,
right.
decent
Yeah.
tax
Yeah,
credit.
they did
I
have
think
a
it was
tax
like
credit.
217, but that was 217 without a year of information because it was missing the 2023 year of information. So now you're throwing in 24 and 25, like a part of 20. It's going to be crazy, bro. This
Listen,
movie
Disney,
is going to have
just
an absolute
write this
fucking
piece
crazy
of
budget.
shit. Just write this piece of shit off.
Seriously.
It is a tax write-off and make 5 more films of me because clearly I'm far more entertaining than this fucking miserable
Watch
one
Miles
that has
Morales 5.
7 fake dudes looking at her. No one wants to look at you. I'm even wearing a t-shirt representing Mary Jane Watson, and I don't even want to look at you. Get the fuck out of here.
He's a terrible fighter, but very funny. Terrible
It's
fighter.
so
but very
sad what
funny.
they did to MJ. It's so sad. And the fact that it's a self-insert is
Weird.
just
Yeah.
even funnier.
Yeah,
It's even funnier.
Can we ask before we go to the next one? I mean, is Peter Dinklage Hillary Clinton's cousin? I mean, why has he so much power? I mean, what's happening? Like he drops a line.
He's the Game of Thrones.
He's Hillary Clinton's mini-me.
Ah.
Yeah,
Well, I think all will be
He's Kathleen
answered.
Kennedy's bodyguard.
All can be answered if we can confirm if Peter Dinklage has cankles or not.
Yeah.
He doesn't have separate.
So clearly Disney is afraid of Peter Dinklage. So I think what we need to do
Finger
for the dwarf
Dinklage.
we need to have the 3 next. Who are the next 3 most
Stupid
famous
fucking America.
dwarves? We need to have them stand on each other's shoulders and go into the Disney office and demand to kick Peter Dinklage off of his.
Have somebody super
short
chat you
stool.
$10 if you could name 3 famous dwarven actors in 10 seconds without looking it up.
I will make
Oh,
Swaggle, Warwick
Peter
Davis,
Dinklage, Warwick
Warwick
Davis.
Davis.
and
yeah.
Wee Man.
Wait, you guys think this
Yeah.
is hard? Pretty much
Damn.
every actor
We'll
in
make that super chat
Hollywood,
10
every
bucks.
male actor in Hollywood is a fucking midget.
Every Italian
Only
actor
3
for
for
sure.
two.
You
Oh
actually
no,
might have a
not
point,
the,
Hateful.
not the height obsession.
But yeah,
Oh
it's,
my
Bruce
God.
is gay
it's pretty damn hilarious.
and short.
So I think I
You
definitely
had to
think this
pause.
movie is going to lose them hundreds of
Yes,
millions of dollars.
hundreds.
It's going to be glorious. And
Surprising
I
Disney's
am
even around.
I am partially curious as to where the Daily Wire Snow White is going to fall in terms of relevance, right? Like, does it actually make money? Does it become something that's interesting to a lot of people? I don't really know. And
Has that
it's
anything
funny
to do
that
with
Brendan Cooper was coming out and saying, and I think it's purposeful because I would almost bet that it is. She was saying that this Snow
mean
White
Brett
version
Cooper?
from Daily whatever,
Cooper?
fucking Brett, I don't
Brett
know.
Cooper.
Everybody's
you mean?
trans now. Who
Another
cares?
stupid asshole American who can't speak. Bro.
Quiet.
Careful now. You're
Shut up,
you're
Durka
offending a
Durka.
minority here.
Nobody wants to see bitch Cooper in a fucking movie. Okay, get the fuck
Okay,
out of
Miles
here.
Morales.
Man,
But I
get
do
it.
Well,
think
we've
I
never
do
seen
think
her act. We don't
Brett,
know.
Brett Cooper came out and said that
There's a
that
reason we
this
haven't
Snow White
seen
is
her
not
act,
going to be-
motherfucker.
This Snow White is not going to be a MAGA. What did she say? A MAGA like
A
Happy
MAGA.
Land.
That's the issue. Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
Is
My
that a
honest-
what?
She
A
said
MAGA what?
it was not going to be like a MAGA like happy place. Like
Mhm.
basically,
Look,
she's trying to say that it's not just going to be a right wing version of Snow White. Do you get what I mean?
It's
what
weird.
she's
Right.
saying
It's
is
just
this won't be a
Yeah.
don't even make it.
wait. So what she's saying
find
is
it.
this
I'll find
movie will not be that movie of theirs will not be something that only conservatives can jerk off to. It'll
Right.
be all inclusive in that case. All right.
Basically.
Well,
I found it.
Well,
here.
my honest guess on this is that it's not going to be great at all, but it will be far better than Disney's movie.
probably.
Snow White and
yeah.
the Evil Queen
And
I think
actress
it's gonna be
Brett
something
Cooper
Disney, right?
says the film would not be a MAGA conservative movie. Will focus on
Mhm.
timeless values of original story.
Oh yeah, the conservatives are gonna jack off to that shit immediately. I'm sorry.
Well, no, because
I
that's
will.
Just say like timeless values. Ugh! That's it.
well, 'cause
No,
if you the issues they're saying that because obviously people on the left are going to hear Daily Wire's making Snow White. She's going to walk around with a Trump hat and just be shooting immigrants the whole time.
I'll be
And
real
them
with you,
basically
though.
just saying like,
Wyatt,
no,
That would be more interesting.
I'll be
actually
real
does
with
sound
you though. It's not predominantly just the left that is thinking that. There's a lot of people on the right that immediately assume that it's Daily Wire. Oh, this is gonna be great. It's gonna be so anti-woke and all this other stuff.
yeah,
Not, so they need
So
to get ahead
this-
of the curve, and good on them for at least
that's
like
what I
trying
feel
to.
like they're doing here. Yeah,
I
they're
mean,
ahead
the
of
problem
the-
is though
conservative. Aren't
the deal-
timeless values conservative though, as a concept?
At this
'Cause
point,
it
it
is
seems like
traditionally
it.
based, and that is supposed to be timeless.
Yeah, well,
Well,
the
I
thing
mean,
is-
the first thing the Daily Wire needs to get is people that can actually act like real human beings, let alone act in film.
They
So-
can't. They're run by, you know,
Hey,
people with big noses.
Look, I think this movie's gonna suck as much as the next guy, but
Me
to
too.
Brett Cooper's credit, she was an actress before she was a political commentator. She
Oh, was
she
she?
left
Well,
Hollywood.
yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
she does?
Yeah,
I wanna
she
give
left
it a fair
Hollywood
chance.
because like according to her, she left Hollywood because the debaucherous lifestyle is so prevalent, conflicted with her Christian values. So she went. She
get
was
that.
an actress. She
I
has
can
had
believe that.
acting roles, but she
I'm-
did not like the atmosphere of Hollywood.
I
she's not
want to
the
give it
first
a
person
fair
to ever
chance.
say
I
that, so.
definitely don't think it's going to be like great by any means, but I want to give it a fair, like, decent shot.
I mean, they of course they're gonna be the complete counterpart storytelling wise. But I have a question for you guys, Hypno. What do you think? Has it maybe anything to do with tax reduction and everything? If you push it back to a certain limit, a movie, and then you already can start to kind of deduct it from taxes because it's been wholly
Probably.
popular, right?
I'm sure there's some form of like accounting loophole that they're going to be
Mhm.
able to utilize by delaying it to 25, but I don't think it necessarily has to do with that. I think they're trying to maximize the hit of this movie, and they already know that the PR spin around this movie is really bad. So by giving it another year and change to cool off, and then
Mhm.
promising with that one picture, basically promising almost source accurate presentation, it's like it seems like they're going to let things cool off while they reshoot everything, and then hopefully come back strong with marketing and whatnot after the fact. I guarantee you, probably midway 24, there's going to be a strong marketing push on the movie, and then 25 obviously it releases, and then they go from
Do
there.
you think though that Rachel Zegler can keep her mouth shut for a fucking year?
Fuck no.
No.
Absolutely.
They better
The
put that
only
in
reason
the
she's been
contract.
quiet is because of the strike. She's
Yeah, the
legally can't
moment
talk about
she-
the movie.
the
The
moment
moment
she
she
got
can,
allowed
that
to
bitch is going
speak.
off.
The
Yeah.
moment she got allowed to speak, she went off. Like she just went
Absolutely.
Somebody
crazy
needs to
on Twitter.
write her up or
She's
something.
got,
for that.
she's got herself into acting just for that reason, to speak all the time. Now finally she has like an
on to be center of attention too.
right. Shut up. Right.
Every time I say shut up, I think he's
fuck
like
Fireman.
me, and I'm like, what did I do? I did.
Is the
I'm a
cat
billionaire
telepathically
talking here.
Your
talk-
cat.
It's
Wait,
Jarvis.
wait.
Jarvis is nasty. today.
Coach,
He's
is your
better
cat
than-
like telepathically talking to you, like saying some
Yeah, she's
bullshit,
in
and then
here.
you're
I
like,
mean,
shut
she's
the
in
fuck
corporate.
up, man?
Right. And she doesn't react. So
The German has schizophrenia, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
That'll end well, won't it?
yeah, his black
Leave my
cat will
Germans
surely
alone.
meet quite the end, I'll say.
I got Richard Wagner's soul inside of that android.
Oh my god.
Not a German occultist.
Stark reminds me of a good buddy of mine. I believe his nickname was the Son of Sam.
A good buddy.
I'm saying,
buddy
terrible
of
fighter,
mine?
but very funny, very funny. Terrible
The
fighter,
son
but-
of Sam, really?
Oh my god.
Oh
Why
god.
don't you come over with your 2 ninja sticks and I'll show you something?
I'm gonna
Oh,
hide.
I'll bring
Oh,
3 ninja
oh,
sticks.
God.
I'll bring
I'm gonna
3
hide
ninja sticks.
Adolf.
One of them is in my pants.
Oh,
hide Adolf
God.
so that I can provide
I
maximum
knew you were a
gratification.
dirty
Wait, why are you hiding
tranny
Adolf?
demon.
I'm hiding Adolf because I want to provide maximum representation. I feel like we don't get enough representation here, so I feel like he's in the way. This white privilege is just unacceptable. So
I mean, it's so extreme. Like it just threw everybody else away.
So, when it comes to Disney, here's my question for everyone, because I know obviously we're anti-Disney. Disney sucks. However, we're also always asking for original work, original ideas, original stories, and not sequels and things like not remakes. They have an original movie coming out called Wish. So where do you draw the line on whether or not you see it to support, hey, we show the audience or show Hollywood we like original work, but also it's Disney, so you don't want to pay money for it. Like,
since we're both shills, we can go together. We'll get like popcorn and share. I'll teach you the ways because since you've written down that you want to be a shill.
Give me your wax on, wax off, Mr. Miyagi. Wax me off.
That guy of Wish is a responsible adult. That is the greatest foe Disney wants to showcase. While Cassie flashes her pussy.
Go ahead, Pilgrim.
Again, you dirty bitch.
Yeah, Pilgrim, shoot it off.
Hey?
You want to say something, didn't you?
Like,
you want Pilgrim to shoot the cat down?
I was just looking at the cat.
You were saying hi to
You
the cat.
you distracted Pilgrim with
Oh, you were
pussy.
saying hi to the
Yeah,
cat.
mate.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
You
that.
put the poor bastard in quite a tight spot there, mate. Come on now.
Okay,
That's pretty good. I saw like a little bit of the trailer or whatever teaser for Wish, and it's the same thing. White man villain and indigenous people need something, and I'm just like,
A lamppost.
bro, like it's like beget it. Like I don't know. Like again, it's
We
just a
stand
thing.
for your
People
question,
who are
Leon.
oppressed.
Disney's in the hole of I just don't care what they do from here on out. Even if Disney can come up with some of the most badass movies, they can go back to how they were, they can do whatever, and it's kind of like Marvel, which is the same thing anyway. So it's kind of like I'm over it. I'm done. Like I've moved on. I've found replacements essentially. So like the movies that I used to go view and watch from Marvel and from Disney, I don't care. I've already found replacements, and there's no reason for me to go back. It's kind of where I'm at. Some people I feel like hold on really strong, especially for Star Wars. I feel like Star Wars has a really like strong crowd holding on desperately. Like they're just holding on strong, and it is sad. I look at some of them and I'm like, bro, this is just gonna go back to femme girl boss bullshit. Like that's gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how good Andor is, it's gonna happen. But I also get it too. Everybody, listen, their TV shows, they're meant to be graded separately, not as an overarching thing. But the problem is they are an overarching thing. They're tied to major canon, and they're tied to especially the movies that are coming out, the movies that came out, the movies that are going to come out. It's all tied. So if they weren't tied and they were separate shows, then rate them sepaperly. But unfortunately, it's all together. Like it's all connected.
There we go.
You know it.
You know what? I wish these bastards would focus more on making the shows better than trying to connect them all, considering they're all shattered pieces of nothingness.
Kyoko it's not anime actually. It is just a extremely unhealthy obsession with manga that is starting to drain my wallet. That's essentially what it is. So
and he's a millionaire, folks.
Although Kyoko, if you are an anime fan, I just watched Spy Family the other night. Holy shit, the hype was totally accurate for that show.
Was it really?
Like even One Piece was fantastic. It's just amazing. The show was great.
I watched One Piece, and I gotta tell you, like I'm not hyped. I'm not hyped like a lot of people were. For the live action adaptation, it was good. Like it definitely
I really enjoyed that.
It definitely wasn't trash like a lot of the stuff that's come out, but unfortunately, I feel like it is just for a lot of people, it's next level good because they're so used to the bullshit that's been coming out.
No,
and I feel like it gives it another point or two, like not drastic, but just like like a show that really probably should have been a 7 is probably an 8 or a 9 because you're just so devoid
because of the standards of the day are so low.
Yeah, that's all it is. That's how I viewed it when I was watching it.
Cowboy
don't get me
Bebop.
wrong, it's a damn good show. It's a lot better than a lot of the shit that's been coming out. But
to me, it's a 7.5 because the end. I felt like this was for a long time now that I really felt like, this is great. This is a great ending, all coming together. The last scene really got me. I sincerely enjoyed the show. For me, it's a 7.5. I thought it was really well done, and you know, we talked about how difficult it
One
would
Piece
be
doesn't end.
to pull
Never
off
end.
a credible One Piece show, because One Piece, out of all the enemies, is really hard to kind of, you know, translate, and I think they did a great job.
Yeah, no,
One
I
Piece
definitely
will
think they
never
did a great
end.
job, and it's not an easy thing to adapt either. So just to be very clear, like One Piece is not easy to adapt.
No.
So
I mean, to be
with
fair,
that
they
being
adapted
said, that's,
something
yeah.
that nobody asked for.
Hmm.
Nobody asked for a live action One Piece. So the fact that people don't
true.
hate it is a testament. But yeah, I don't blame people for being like, I mean, it was decent for what it was, but I'm not really.
Ironically, the
passionate about it.
creator asked for it. That's the funniest part. Is that
Yeah.
this is something the creators wanted to do for ages, which is more than like not very many mangaka out there say that.
No, 100%.
This is reminding me of like when people were mad at George R.R. Martin, for not making like a finishing.
You got it right the
hook to his
first time,
song.
Dragon. George Martin.
Oh, I was right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the point is the fat fuck. Let's call him like that because everybody calls him that. Okay, that fat fuck. He did not finish his Song of Ice and Fire books, and then he was telling people like near the end of like Game of Thrones, like, "Oh, don't worry, I'm working on it." And then like decade later, he puts out a tweet that's like, "Oh yeah, I'm kind of working on it. It's almost done." And then like people are like, "You bastard. You literally made a spin-off show and you're working on another spin-off show. Why the fuck do you not want to finish it?" And then like you ask yourself like if this guy will probably die before
The Ghostwriter died 10 years ago, Dragon. That's why.
Speaking of Song of Ice and Fire, though, that new fucking Hunger Games show movie. Its name is a straight up ripoff of the Game of Thrones name scheme because it's called It's oh my god, it's absolutely hilarious how that's so obvious and apparent, but no one's calling it out for whatever reason.
Wait, what?
Isn't
Oh, you
Rachel
mean House of
Zegler in
Dragon?
that too?
Yeah.
No, the new Hunger Games movie is called
There's a new
The
Hunger
Ballad
Games
of
movie?
Songbird and Snakes.
Yeah, now
Really?
you think the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. How is that not exactly like the song?
There's
of
a
Ice and
new
Fire?
Hunger Games? What?
Yeah.
I mean,
I forgot about that stuff.
Well,
Well, Leon, I was the only
I
one
couldn't care
bitching that
less.
TLC, the '90s group who came back and did an album a few years ago, I was the only one bitching that their single blatantly stole one of Aaliyah's songs verbatim. But guess what? I was also the only one that actually listened to the album, so of course I'm the only one complaining.
and
What
besides
single was
that, you're
that?
always
Now, here
bitching.
we go. What single was that?
Let me see. I would have to actually
Figure it
Okay.
out. I'm
look
gonna go
for it.
through super chats. We're at the hour mark really quick. Let's Casey keeps laughing because I'm just like so
I don't
direct.
think Aaliyah cares at this point.
All right, let's start off with Picasso, member for 6 months, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, is that a heart in your pro? Nice.
Yeah.
Hail everyone, go Diamondbacks.
Nice.
Very nice, man.
Nice.
Gyoko Fulgarian for 2 says, "Hey, shout out to Leon. Nice fire flower Mario."
I like
Hey,
the
let's
magic.
check this out then.
He would
Hey,
be.
song.
got the full
Actually,
set.
have a
If
homemade
Leon
fire
would be
flower.
a Mario, he would be the flaming one, of course.
The single that TLC did that was a blatant lip off of an Aaliyah song was called Way Back, and it features Snoop Dogg.
Nice.
Nice. Ryan, what is that profile pic you just put in there?
Kyoko, you have a nice profile picture. I love
Justin
that.
I think
Agricola, member for 2 months. Thank you so much. Glad to catch this live. Tomorrow's my birthday. Won't do shit but work, but seeing this is good enough. P.S. Cage Pool, what's up, boo?
Nope.
Happy birthday, by the way, Justin.
Happy
Shout out
birthday.
to,
Happy birthday, man.
everybody in
Jarvis.
chat wishes
Happy,
Justin a
happy birthday from Cage Pool.
Happy birthday, bud.
Happy birthday, bro.
I want to see the chat live with happy birthdays.
Come
We
over
also
to
got
Malibu.
Birthday.
Kyoko Fulgarian for 2 again says a certain dickhead ruined acting for dwarves. Angry emoji face.
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton.
wonder
Yeah,
who you're
fucking Brian
talking
Roger
about.
ass, eh?
Yeah, so listen to
I was going to say your fucking name as well, Word.
when you get the chance, Casey, listen to Way Back by TLC, and then listen to Those Were the Days by Aaliyah, and tell me they weren't completely ripping her off.
I'm gonna listen to it. I am.
But Cage,
You're gonna do that
was
research off stream.
TLC
We
not
also
on
got
to-
Double Brewski for 2 says, did he have dirt on the Clintons?
Probably,
Oh, we're
especially
talking
when
about
they
Matthew
took
Perry.
that.
Yeah.
Or Matthew Perry?
Eh.
Well, if anybody's
Oh,
going to
man.
drown, Peter Dinklage has the higher chance, but I guess Matthew Perry beat him to the punch. Then we
I
got
guess
Kyoko
so.
Fulgarian for 2 says, these people must check their beds for Trump, TDS. Yeah, you're right. It is kind of sad how celebrities have gone so absolutely insane just because somebody became president. It's never happened before. It's weird. And I think that's it. Yep. All right. We're all good. We're all caught up.
That's because he's the only orange man to ever be president. I'd expect this sort of behavior if
That's
a
not
black
true. I've
man
seen
got
a ton of
elected,
fake cans
but an
before.
orange man, no, you can't have that. No.
Have you seen the color of our prime minister?
I know, brown again.
Oh God. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump up to the next topic. So we're gonna talk about now, since we're on the Snow White thing, let's talk about the Rachel Zegler drama that's going on. Because, and I don't want to stay on her too long since we talked about her with Snow White, but I want to talk about some of the comments she made regarding and you know what, it's interesting because who was talking about Hunger Games? Leon or somebody was talking about Hunger Games.
Yeah,
it's interesting because Hunger Games, right? Hunger Games was referenced by Jennifer Lawrence when she made her stupid comment about being the first action hero, right?
Right.
And now Rachel Zegler is referencing Hunger Games. It's something about Hunger Games, bro, and women leads. Like they're just crazy. But she
they're just
now
as
came
Harry
out
Potter
and said,
fans.
"Hey, shut up." She's now. I like Harry Potter. Don't do
No, I mean like female, like women are just as oddly obsessed with Hunger Games as they are Harry Potter. There's something with women in
Oh
those
yeah, I
franchises.
think the only thing that was worse than that was probably Twilight. When those movies were
Love
in its
Yeah.
prime, when those movies were in its prime, dude, every woman was literally breaking up with
Oh,
her
yeah, that shit
boyfriend
was
if they
huge.
didn't match fucking what was his name? What's
Edward?
their names?
Edward
Edward and
Cullen.
Jacob. Yeah, if you didn't look like Edward or Jacob, you got broken up with. It's just
I love.
Oh, to be fair, man, I was in high school when Twilight came out. I read it. I made sure to openly read it in class so the girls saw what I was reading, and it worked. It absolutely worked. So reading Twilight to get girls,
the
as a high
smart
school
guys
male,
were able to utilize it. Absolutely. I totally like Twilight. Let's go watch it out of my house. And yeah,
You fucking pussy.
Speaking like a sneaky liberal.
Look who's speaking.
Let's talk about this. So Rachel Zegler makes a claim that the Hunger Games was the first story to depict a female character that was anti-establishment and anti-government.
Well, she's 5 years
No,
old.
you
so
fucking
she doesn't
cunt, it
have much of
wasn't.
a history lesson.
What is Eminem doing there?
What is Eminem doing there?
I was curious. I don't understand why do these actors make these statements, even though I know the answer. I'm trying to pretend like I don't, but why do they make these statements knowing damn well that it's always false? Like it and you can't even you can't even play the bullshit. You're right, it doesn't matter. You can't even play the
Rachel
bullshit that
Zegler
Jennifer
is what
Lawrence
happens.
played, where Jennifer Lawrence, she came out after the fact and she said, "Oh, I misspoke." Like right when she said that she was the first action female hero, she said, "No, I misspoke. I misspoke because I was so nervous. I was talking to Viola Davis. She's a living legend. I was so nervous." I'm like, really? Are you fucking kidding me?
Like
I don't think.
Yeah, it's just
No,
the
that's
headline.
literally what she said. I'm not making that up. That's like word for word what she said. But Rachel Zegler, like she can't do the same thing Jennifer Lawrence did. She's not going to be able to, and I don't think she would either. I think she's so narcissistic. She's going to be like, "Yep, I said that."
Well, that's exactly why she did that. You're right, Hypnotic. It's like why people they do bad takes on Twitter, but it's just for attention. She knows nobody's gonna really try to figure out who she is or talk about her, just because like, oh my God, like you see how Leon said about what's her name? I forgot that girl's name. The other one. Come on, Leon. What's her name? The one who's supposed they said that she might do Snow White.
Michelle Obama?
Oh, Ortega.
Yeah.
Jenna Ortega.
Yeah, Jenna Ortega. Like you see how people talk about Jenna Ortega. Even me, I'm like, oh yeah, she's a really good actress. She knows she's not gonna get any kind of comment like that, so she's gonna keep playing up this annoyance so that people can talk about her. That's all she's worth. It's a shame. I mean, she probably has some talent, but this is all she does. It's for the attention. Now, they wrote a story about her.
That's because she's uncomfortable in her blackness. Like the deflector.
Who's uncomfortable? Rachel?
This is the way you engrave the vinyl, right? This is what the vinyl is gonna play. If you put this type of engravement into the vinyl and you tell the vinyl to kind of play this music on and on, this is what type of music this lady is playing because she was indoctrinated to do so, to replicate this on and on and on. You are so so courageous, you're so brave, you're so anti-establishment, you're so anti this, right? You are a real rebel, right? No, you're just an actress. It's okay to be just an actress.
I love the idea that, like, she's the first female character that was anti-establishment and anti-government. Well, first of all, when you say female character, I'm sure there are plenty of female villain characters that are anti-establishment, anti-government, but also you're ignoring anti-heroes, you're ignoring people like Catwoman, you're ignoring fucking Princess Leia, like,
You're doing Tank Girl,
the most anti-establishment female in probably fucking film history, aside from maybe T2. John Connor's mom. Why am I blanking on her name?
Sarah Connor.
There's no way Sarah Connor, who's fucking government.
I apologize for Leon not knowing who Sarah Connor was. That's just unacceptable. I apologize.
But
I mean, why is she bringing up women that she clearly is against? I mean, she, if anything, proves that she is pro-establishment. She
doesn't know what
all of these things.
Cassie,
imagine being that delusional.
No, but she doesn't.
She doesn't care what those words mean. It's like,
of course,
it sounds
she's
like
not
something to say to get attention.
Right. But I like what Bex Electronica says. Bex Electronica says this confirms that Hunger Games fans are low IQ, and I couldn't agree more.
You're right.
To keep her name in the headlines. Is that really all this is?
That's all this is about. Yeah.
What does the article
say? Do you think she's genuinely stupid, or do you think she knows what she's doing?
But
No,
I
she's
think she's delusional.
Yes, she does.
Yeah.
I think your question should have been: is she stupid, or does her PR team know what they're doing?
No, she knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
She doesn't have a
She's a
PR
fucking
team.
actress, Shaniqua. She's not thinking for herself. She's
Right. But she has
Just to be
narcissistic.
clear, for those of you who joined the chat after, okay, Casey has agreed to be called Shaniqua. We're not racist.
That's
Don't
racist
cancel us.
words.
Don't
I
cancel
was trying
us.
to defend
He didn't say
my
it out of
fellow
anger.
minority.
All right.
Okay, y'all chill out.
Her name was Shanae.
Nico's just
sorry.
embracing her
Racial
blackness, all
disclaimer
right?
here for this stream
Yes,
today.
that's
Go
what I
ahead,
came in
Casey.
as
Sorry.
Halloween. As
Shaniqua,
Shaniqua.
sorry.
Picking on brown women, Leon. Very racist.
No, but she knows what she's doing, man.
You can tell that
girl
Ryan's in
She's a
character.
narcissist, yo. They know, they're like, yo, I gotta keep my name in people's mouth no matter what, yo. Like, that's it. She don't that's it. But what does the article say about her even saying anti-establishment? Like, what did she?
I'll just play the video. I'll play the
write
video.
it?
This will
Oh,
be
there's
this
a
will be
video.
easier. Yeah.
Oh
God,
God,
this
why?
girl is
Gosh, she looks like
annoying.
Ocasio Cortez right here.
I'm almost
Oh,
positive
wow.
she probably
Yeah.
idolizes
A
her.
young one,
Ocasio
yeah.
Cortez. Let's play this here.
The Hunger Games kind of started that era of like Divergent and shadow hunters, like Suzanne was the first to write this young woman who was anti-establishment, anti-government, and really standing up for what's right in a very unconventional way, without an air of sweetness or even there was nothing cordial about her either. She was very rough around the edges, and it was amazing to read that.
She can read. That's fucking terrifying, man.
As a half Puerto Rican, it's sad for me to have to admit that Puerto Rican women are the dumbest of Hispanics.
No, Colombians are worse. Colombians are worse.
They're definitely fighting for first place.
I gotta say,
Yeah.
Latinos, Hispanics are taking L's lately, man. We got Rachel Zegler with this nonsense, and then I came to find out that fucking Gorlock the Destroyer is Latino. I didn't know, man.
You didn't
I didn't know.
Hypno?
I had no idea Gorlock was Hispanic.
Hypno. He had the features. I mean, yeah, they
What
were
are you talking
monsters,
about
but
features? He's
he
brown.
had the facial features of a
no-
Yeah, speak
Latino.
about it now,
Even
yeah.
I could
Brown.
fucking tell you,
Yeah, you
mad
did say
There's
man.
nothing other than it's just round. He's a ball. Like how am I supposed to know whether he's a Hispanic ball or
No.
all I knew was that he wasn't black. That's
It's that
it. That's all I
blueberry
knew.
girl from Willy Wonka.
Hypno,
Hey,
we have
look.
to deal with the reality that AOC comes from our culture.
Not
Fucking
only that, but you guys
Yeah,
got to
yeah,
pay your
for sure,
respects to
man.
John
He's not
Leguizamo.
a
He started all this, so
That's-
Oh,
John Leguizamo
man.
was the worst.
You mean the
Don't
guy that's
even-
been pretending to be Italian for the past 30 fucking years?
Like,
the very same.
It sucks because I do still like him in movies, but whenever
Oh,
he talks, it's just
yeah.
like, oh god.
bro,
Leguizamo, or
what happened?
whatever the fuck his
Yo,
name is,
Leguizamo.
is the
Leguizamo
reason I like
lost me.
Steven Seagal.
And no, John Leguizamo did the most when he was like, I made
Yeah.
sure to stay out of the sun so I could get certain parts in Hollywood. And I'm like, bro, you were never gonna get that dark. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I think that's insane. Okay, maybe y'all think that's normal, but
I mean, look, all I can say is, you know, when it comes to like this crazy wackiness, you know, first place. Yeah, first place. That's quite the contentious spot there. You said, Cage, because I could include Cubans in that shit too, and I'm one, and even I have to.
Spaniards are fucking retarded.
Oh,
I mean,
shut
at
up, you
least
fucking-
Cubans don't go out of their way to want the boot on their fucking neck because they've escaped the boot on their fucking neck.
No,
what
they've
are you
escaped
talking
one
about? There's a
boot for
bunch of them
another.
that do that shit when they become actors, especially. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ!
Caseful is
Well,
going
actors
after
in
everybody's
general.
throat today. It's great.
I mean, if you become a part of that echelon, you do have to fall in line.
Yeah.
100%.
So she's not talking about herself, just FYI. She's talking about obviously Katniss. At least that's my assumption anyway.
Oh yeah.
She's not talking
Is
about the
Coach
characters
eating his
she's
cat?
playing in this movie. But to think that Katniss Everdeen is the first ever young female or female in general to be anti-government, anti-establishment. I don't know if she's just saying this because she's trying to hype up her movie. I really don't know.
She's given
Maybe
lines
the
to
PR
say
team. I was
100%.
just about to say that. Maybe the PR team told her to go out and say this, you know, but it really it's funny. It's only extra funny to me because this happened literally with Jennifer Lawrence, and now it's happening in the same franchise with another insufferable bitch. Like I just don't
That's what
I
makes
don't
me
know
think
why
it's
this is doing.
obviously planned.
You think
It's
so?
too. It's
Yeah,
way
I
too
agree.
similar over
It's
way
on the
too
nose,
similar
right?
a
It's too on the
situation. What
nose,
they're
yeah.
saying is almost the same. Like to use Shaniqua's words, it's all connected. And this one's the point where I think it's all connected.
I think
Yeah,
so.
I
This
agree.
definitely is connected, and I feel like she, and I think there is a little bit of a Rachel Zegler mindset in here too, because she knows what happened when Jennifer Lawrence said what she said, and her Jennifer Lawrence's name was in the headlines for a while. When,
Yeah, it did really well for my channel.
People still pop in our chats and be like, Jennifer Lawrence was the first so and so.
I still get comment, dude. I
Remember
still
that
get
right?
comments on that video I
we
made
all
about
named
it.
ourselves Jennifer Lawrence in different variations. Like
We
Yes.
did Jennifer Ovatar.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
it was pretty funny. She was in the headlines for a while, so maybe she's trying to achieve that. I mean, when does this movie come out? It's out already, or it's coming out?
I
No,
think
I'm
it's
curious.
it's out,
She's
actually.
probably saying this to try to spin up. You get what I mean? Like her name with this movie. I feel like that's obviously the whole point.
Well, to be fair, this was probably filmed a while ago.
Like it
this
comes out
interview.
next month, November 17th.
But
November 17th,
I
okay.
still 100% agree with your point. But I think that this was probably filmed a while ago due to the the strike and everything. But something like this, she's obviously in costume. They would have filmed it while they were doing the movie. So this wasn't like a recent, in terms of like last few months interview. I think.
That's right. She is in costume. I didn't even notice that. I thought she was just wearing
That's
ugly
true.
as fuck.
But that being said, I still think this was totally like she knew what she was gonna say for the traction of the clout.
Well,
and
I
dumb
want
shit.
Rachel Zegler to be in a new film called Don't Look Down, which will undoubtedly ruin her career.
Don't look down.
Hmm.
These two are insufferable. by the way.
It's Michelle Obama and Jennifer Lawrence.
Michelle.
I gotta put on my
know,
costume
come on
for this
now.
one real quick.
When Viola
I
Davis
thought
said
that
what
was
she said with
Oprah.
Woman King, I gotta tell you, I was actually kind of disappointed. Viola Davis
Dude.
is a really good actress, and
Yeah.
She
the
is.
fact that she
Amazing
went the
actress.
identity politics route, it was like, if you don't see this movie, then you're just perpetuating the stereotype that people don't want to see black women as a lead. I'm like, are you fucking really guilt tripping people to see your movie? Like, you don't
I have
have
a-
to
Yeah,
do
right?
that. You don't have to do that as Viola Davis. You're actually a good actress. Like what the fuck are you doing? You're brutal.
But then you'd admit
I
they
mean,
initially they had to do it.
Even white conservatives love the help. Let's be real.
Yeah,
You're right.
God,
Yeah.
holy shit.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, he can't. It's true. It's true.
No, dude, I have a hilarious story I have to tell in costume. I worked as part of like the help staff for some award show, and Viola Davis wasn't there, but the director for Woman King was, and she'd won some award. And I went and was like bussing the table that she was at, and I heard her say to somebody like, oh, "Viola's gonna have to give another speech," and she said it like that, like hella bummed out.
No, seriously?
Yeah, yeah.
Like what kind of speech? Like
No, I don't know. that's
Like Wakanda
Like-
forever.
they got-
Just the tone is what's funny. And that's funny
the
as
tone is
shit.
what's funny. It was that she was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, God,
Oh,
this
yeah,
is
it seems
not
that she
good."
gives
Kind of like
lengthy
a here we go
speeches.
again kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
This
get it,
was
I get it.
exactly
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I can see
it's
that.
hilarious.
I personally think more black women should wear, purple turbans like Jada Pinkett Smith Viola Davis. I think this look would be great for black
You'll
women.
kick me
Casey,
for
only
forgetting Sarah Connor's name for a
qualifies.
sec, but you won't kick him for just mentioning that dumb broad's name.
yeah, so she is bald, and I do have a
Yes,
picture
that
of
only
Casey
qualifies
here.
for people who are
my
bald.
God,
Oh,
They
no.
shouldn't
I'd
be
like to
wearing.
show
I
it.
don't know what
Am I
picture you
allowed
have
to
of
show
me.
it?
Oh, God.
Ryan, no.
Come on.
Don't kick him this time.
Ryan.
We don't have
Come on.
Director X this
Like-
time. It's not Director X.
Casey.
Because I really don't like, you know.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ, Ryan.
The
I don't
best
find it funny
drawing.
at all.
Why
actually.
did you
I'm not
draw her
a
like
trans.
a wait?
Like,
This
You
is the
drew
best
a
drawing
65-year-old Casey. If she was from the Help, what the fuck?
This
I
is
don't
the
like it at
best
all,
drawing
actually, so
of a female I have
I do
ever
not
done.
co-sign.
That is not Casey. You did not draw Casey.
You
I
drew Granny Shaniqua.
You drew your
That's what
mother.
You drew, man.
Like, that's
He's
what you
only
drew.
saying
Hey,
that
yo.
to piss you off, Casey. That's the only reason why he's
I'm
saying
not
that.
a trans.
Stark
so
and
I'm not,
Steve,
like,
will you
I'm
make a
like-
better tasting throughout the
yeah,
course of
that's
the
not cool. Not
What's
cool.
Sleepy Pilgrim?
Oh,
There you go.
well,
Mm.
is that a
Fucking hell.
hat? Or is that a
No,
crown?
no, that's his hair.
Oh,
Why do
that
you-
does not look like hair. That looks like he's wearing a
What?
hat. Or
It's a
I don't
hair
know why
hat.
you draw everybody with a big nose. I don't understand.
One more. It's a
to showcase the oh god, who's
Ryan has been dying to show his drawings, and I've
Ah,
denied him. That's what you get.
this?
That's what you get.
Why does words look like a
There's
freaking?
he has
what's it
no
called?
nose. His
I
nose,
like that.
Drew
Look,
it from his
this
anime
twin is
his
avatar.
nose looks like a snail.
No, I like this.
Yeah, why
I
you
know.
doing
Anime
the
avatar.
fucking weird?
You made
shape.
words.
How can you not just fucking draw me from it? Why use my avatar? I stream with you every week. You should know what I fucking look like.
look words? He
Casey's
drew
writing
you.
your name down in the death note, just so you know,
No.
Ryan.
He drew a protoplasmic meth head version of words.
All
If
of
I
my
ever get
drawings
my
are great.
hands on a death note, Ryan's name will be the first name. that goes.
I
100%.
concur.
And the
Oh,
way of
God.
death will be by some sort of gangbang by black people. It's just
Look.
going to be.
I just
have a
hope-
black book. I have a
I
black
just
book.
hope someone's big nose ends up in Ryan's room and sucks all the oxygen out of it just so he could die.
Well, at least something will
You
suck him.
third
Damn.
worlder. Go back to
No,
Puerto
that was
Rico
mean.
where you belong.
I will, and I will take it
other
over, and I
Caribbean
will
shithole.
too be the woman
What
king of
happened
Puerto
with
Rico.
this?
Speaking of Cage, how much did you love Spider-Man 2?
Okay.
Damn, that was.
I
instant
loved
violence.
it about as much as
A colonoscopy.
Parker gets cuffed in it. So
It is
So
kinda
as much
sad.
as getting inside an Iron Maiden is what you're saying.
Goodness
Um,
me.
Iron Maiden.
was that
really?
sexual?
That's a
Wait,
dark
what?
soul.
No,
That's a
no,
dark soul.
Iron Maiden, like the torture device, not the fucking band.
That's the one you
You-
stand in and you get
Of course,
spiked.
Deadpool thinks it's
Yeah.
This is like
That sounds actually kind of fun. I'm down for that. Can we do that
Kinky.
next?
Oh Lord. Okay, I was not expecting this to go this way. Fuck
It's
me.
pretty
Okay,
kinky.
nice big suit for you.
how?
So with that being said, now let's get into the next topic before fucking Ryan draws another stupid picture.
Triple
So
Z.
I'm gonna
If
throw
Ryan
you
and
now,
I
you
were in a
cheeky
room,
bastard.
Ryan would die fairly quickly.
let's talk about the Marvels, because the Marvels
Yeah.
is everybody's next favorite movie that's coming out. I know Wyatt's
I
excited
forgot
for this
about
one. I think
Woo!
Leon's
Can't wait
excited for this.
to
because
not
this
watch
is
it.
the first time he's
Excited.
going to see himself in a movie. But
Yeah.
apparently,
Brie Larson.
and I'm
I
actually
smile way
curious,
too much to be any of these actresses to identify with any of them. Let's be real.
I'm curious for you guys who are actual real shills, you know, like Wyatt and Coach and stuff. I'm curious, why would they do this? I don't know the actual, like, you know, the jokes all aside. I don't know the
Because
actual
they know it's
factual
shit.
information.
That's
Is that
only
really
because they-
all
yes.
it is?
Yeah.
So okay,
100%.
so just so chat, I was just curious, just so chat is aware, the Marvels has basically put an embargo on reviews. You cannot talk about the movie or officially release a review until the movie, I believe the release date or close. I think it's 2 days close to the release date, something like
2
that.
days before it. Which, to be
Yeah.
fair, they've done that before. That's not exclusive to the Marvels. They did the same thing for Endgame, and they've done the same for some other Marvel movies. I think Spider-Man, No Way Home, or whatever.
But
the most
I
recent Spider-Man
understand
was.
those two though, because those two had very good reasons, right? Spider-Man No Way
Yeah.
Home was trying to protect the fact that all three Spider-Man were going to be in the movie, even though that got leaked. They were still trying to protect that. Also, with Endgame, it's fucking Endgame, right? 10 years
Right.
of movie history. You don't
Mhm.
want the story to come out. You're trying to
Right.
protect it as much
It's
as
a different
possible.
game.
What
This
are
is
you
right.
trying to protect with the Marvels? There's nothing
Right.
I can't
And-
imagine anything that's going to make this important to
the rumor that Classic
know,
Cage
X-Men,
was
I
in
know,
the end
X-Men.
credit scene.
Yeah, I know. Fuck it, I don't
That's
care.
when the real movie begins. Damn it!
No, but seriously, I think this is a dangerous precedent over here. What they're gonna do is they're gonna detach the entertainment completely from the people, and now it's gonna be just an elite
already have.
product. It's gonna be just seen by their little kinky, pushy, satanist circles. It's gonna make enough money for them to let the studio survive. They're gonna detach the product completely from the culture, so we can't interact, we can't comment, we can't put anything on it anymore, right? And just no, they won't release any stuff. I think this is really like a dangerous transition that we're going through right now, and the studios have to decide on which side to stand, because if you start creating your own echo chamber where you're like we've seen this also with Amazon and Rings of Power, right? It was to a point where it was ridiculous. It's like, what are you trying to pull off here? Nobody believes your way of how you want to sell reality. Nobody believes your reality anymore. So you're trying to, so hard to make us believe that you believe it, that it's already a joke in itself. It's like a travesty. They're not focusing on making great products anymore by creating this travesty around these flawed, woke agenda product. And the best, I mean, Cage talked about this too, right? And everybody else like recognized what was happening in Spider-Man. Whenever they're selling these products to cultures they are usually not interacting with, of course, they take everything away that's dangerous and in a way agenda driven. But to us, no problem. They completely detached themselves from us, from the culture.
But again, these review embargoes, a lot of people are saying it's because of what happens at the end of the movie, right? I don't believe that. Everybody knows what's coming. Like they literally put it out there for you to know the movies that are coming.
Yeah.
So like to have this whole big story about, oh, we're doing it because we don't want to spoil the after credits that everybody's talking about, the obvious X-Men movies that are coming. We all know it's coming. So why would that be a reason to hold reviews like that? Like I said, I know the first two movies you mentioned, Endgame and No Way Home, they had legitimate reasons that didn't like it was information that wasn't readily accessible and available. But we know these movies are coming. So it should not be this massive shocking moment if you see Wolverine or something at the end of the fucking credits. You get what I'm saying? Right. So I can only see this as an excuse to try to hide reviews, in my opinion, until the very end. That's me. Like, if you have something different, maybe Wyatt. I know you have experience in that, but like,
no, I agree with what you said. I think it's pretty much only to hide reviews. Like, maybe they do think there's something so big in the movie and they don't want the spoiler to get out, but they definitely are accounting for. They don't want the shitstorm. What's going to happen?
They don't want to share anything anymore, right? Because they know that it's agenda driven. They know we won't like it. And so they have just to make it for an exclusive circle. And so they don't care actually anymore if we review it in a nice way. They're always going to spin the narrative anyways. If we review it badly, but accurately, we had last week, we had, oh boy, right? Oh boy, no.
I'm not a little boy, eh?
Oh boy, eh? This is
I'm not a little boy.
Hey, I'm not a boy. I'm a man. I'm not a boy.
Hypno, what I'm trying
to say, sorry,
is like they detach themselves mentally so much from the culture. It's crazy. You see it with Director X. I mean, he was the classical. He really believes, whatever. He's creating this cloud around his head of narratives. Why we are review bombing his product and just seeing that it's just a bad product, right? So their reality is already kind of twisted.
And the funny thing is, he actually admitted that's the thing. Like he said that a lot of people that are in that space, they're not looking at this stuff. They're not actively kind of looking at information or criticism from the other side. He's basically said there's no such thing. And then he did the exact same thing.
But I think deep down, they know. But when you're putting out garbage, like it's, they're not looking at stuff from the other side because they don't want to deal with the self-accountability of the fact that what the other side is saying is true. Like Marvel's, all right, they're not gonna get people to do reviews before it comes out. It's not gonna change the fact that nobody's gonna go see it. I mean, okay, cool. Then they'll review it after it comes out, and then they'll still say how it sucks, and you can call everybody racist and misogynist and whatever else you need to call them, but it sucks. And I didn't even see it yet, and I know it sucks. It sucks.
$200 million. That's my projection for the Marvels, folks. It will only get $200 million US.
Guys, you
Yeah.
when you're an actor, when you're a gaffer, when you're like someone who's on set, like a production assistant of the production assistant, when you're working on a great movie, everybody on set feels that. Everybody knows, hey, this is gonna be a great movie. If the editor is not completely on heroin during the 4 weeks when he's editing the movie, probably the movie's gonna be also a hit. So you know when you're creating something that has like great potential when you're on set. And these people, they know exactly what type of products they're doing, but they have, like I said, this indoctrinated type of agenda, how they should perceive it. Like their creativity gets, the pyramid gets flipped upside down. And so now this is the new reality, to create a political driven, agenda driven, whatever type of now contemporary narrative driven movie that just caters and panders to that, specific agenda. Nothing else is going to be included. Nothing else is going to be accepted. And any criticism to that is, of course, political, because the reason why you did it was political. And so when it's political, it's very easy. I mean, the word itself contains pole. It's polarizing. So you create controversy. And the controversy is going to be the marketing campaign for the woke and gender-driven movie. It's perfect. For them, they have created, in front of our eyes, they have kind of modularized a new industry. Right? They have kind of created this new form, this new factory of what they call entertainment. I don't know how it's going to last in time, maybe through tax payoff, through whatever mumbo jumbo operations, accounting wise, they're still going to make some money. But yeah, it's a product for their own little circle and not for the people, not the culture anymore.
Right. I mean, look at this. Look at this paragraph here. Is basically what we were saying. The person says embargoes are a tricky thing. Sometimes the studio will stop critics from sharing their thoughts on a new movie or TV show until right before its release because they know reviews will be bad and are looking to do as much damage limitation as possible. Yeah. Other times, however, it's because the movie is shrouded in such a great deal of secrecy. Avengers Endgame and Spider-Man No Way Home, for example, they simply don't want the biggest surprises to be ruined for fans. Sure. I personally think it's the first one. That's
the first one. And, honestly, I think it's just that
as the first
this at least for this movie, it shows a clear sign that they are not 100% confident in what they put out because they're putting in such a strict timeline on when you can actually start doing reviews. Okay. And they also don't want, I assume, the YouTube space to basically get the leaks from the reviews and start covering content about it and then causing the potential customer base to basically be pushed away by these YouTubers out of fear that, this actually might be trash if I go see it.
I can see it now, Dragon. I can see it now. The Marvels bombs at box office.
Yeah, exactly.
Franchise.
But it's true though. It's true though. Like the
real quick, chat. Yeah. Congratulations, we passed 200 likes. Vex is a woman of her word. Here's her feet.
Come on.
She asked me to post it.
There's some nice. There's some nice.
Goddamn, really?
This is what we subjected ourselves to, ladies and gentlemen. Since the director is no longer here, we now need to sell feet pics on Saturday Night Hypnosis to get our likes.
You got Indian feet pics, all right? Next up, we'll find an Asian.
So congratulations. The stream is getting screenshotted right now. It's on great stuff. All right.
I have many OnlyFans accounts. Vex, but I gotta tell you, the legs. Those are pretty nice legs, though, Vex. I'll give you that.
She does have teenager legs, but
I'll be back in a minute.
Where are the cat feet pics? She promised me cat feet pics. That's what I want.
Oh shit!
Why don't you come over to my little penthouse? Why don't you come over?
Yeah, that's 250 likes now. Come on.
Saturday night only feet.
Only feet.
Right.
SNO.
We got to do what we got to do. Okay, we got to maintain the viewership. So,
we
good job, chat.
Bastards.
Let's see what we could do for 300 likes. So get those likes up, and I'm sure Vex will figure something out. Thanks.
Got my stone ready.
And in the meantime, with this actor strike going on, with the Marvels coming out and bombing at the box office, Brie Larson's going to need a little bit of extra cash since she can't promote the movie. I, for one, cannot wait for her to come back to her YouTube career. She left it so unceremonious.
Oh, yes.
Oh, my God.
What was her last video? Or how did she leave it?
Help, my career's over.
My career?
Donate to my OnlyFans.
Right.
Only feet?
Only feet. Everybody, elbows for 300. You guys are weird.
video
Oh my
9
god.
months ago, and it got 118,000 views.
What the heck?
What's that? What got 118,000?
Brie
The
Larson's
end
last
of-
video 9 months ago, and it's called "The
Yeah.
End of an Era."
Yes.
It's 2 minutes,
Yeah.
3 minutes long.
I
How's
wish it
that?
were an end of an era.
Does she
we all-
consider her
Imagine-
her short YouTube career the end of an era? Because she really is a narcissistic cunt if that's the
Yeah.
case.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine having the literal backing of a YouTube any way you need? I'm sure she had a agent that can call somebody at
Oh,
YouTube.
of course.
She got promoted by her first video went out to everybody, even people who were not subscribed. Just everybody
Yeah.
got that video, and she got. Imagine having it that easy and quitting. You know what I'm saying? Like
her
And get
channel.
half the subscriber base of the critical.
Dude,
Drinking.
her very first YouTube video made almost 3 million views, and
But
then they
still,
just
like,
start
yeah.
going
Right.
down, like
Right,
from
because
from
of
3 million to 118,000.
118,000
9 months,
views for a channel like that for such a famous person is like 10 views. It's
Yeah,
like
it's
10 views
bad.
for us. It's
But I
Yeah,
just-
for me especially.
I
For
can't
you.
get over it. I can't get over the fact somebody was literally handed the golden ticket, the easiest
Sure.
like way to make a
Unbelievable
YouTube channel,
job,
and
yeah.
you're so lazy. Like you just literally gave up on the easiest ticket. It's crazy shit, man.
I mean, you can
Because that
have
level of
every
viewership, you
key.
can make great money. Like I just want to be very clear.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I'm sure she's a millionaire. She has more than enough money. But the thing is, like if she wanted to just stop acting and just do YouTube and have YouTube just literally kiss her ass, she could
Or
make
OnlyFans.
tens of thousands of dollars a month very
Oh,
easily
yeah, she
just
could.
doing fuck all.
Yeah.
Hire someone to do the videos and literally do nothing.
It's
Um,
almost
Kate,
almost
what
cool
were you gonna say?
that
I'm
she's
sorry.
not able to do it.
No, it's
Yeah.
just, the reality is it goes to show that her so-called fan base are complete utter frauds. The people that came to her defense force, because where are they now?
Bullshit.
They
Actual
clearly
fandom
don't
are
give a
clearly being intellectually honest.
shit.
Damn.
But,
what-
you know,
Don't
at
mention
the
that
end of the
fucker on
day-
this show.
At the end of the
Please.
day, it goes to show if you have a cunt of a personality, people do not want to watch you. It's
cunt
fairly
of
simple. It's translated to both
personality.
YouTube and her acting career. If that doesn't say enough, I don't know what does.
Well,
I'm
Shill, don't
detecting
you have
sour
to go?
grapes here.
Well, I
Oh my
mean, her
God,
last
I
video
see
is
feet.
literally
I see cat feet.
That was a
Oh my
Oh,
sinister
no.
laugh.
To be fair,
Glorious.
Sleepy, sour grapes eventually turn into wine, and wine is a good thing. So I don't know if we need to go as far as to say sour grapes.
Dun, 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 dun,
Oh
dun.
my god.
Jarvis is playing great music right now.
The
Oh my
cats have
gosh.
joined the feet.
Yes.
So I'm gonna show it.
Look at them.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh.
beautiful. Yes.
Bitch,
Oh,
clean your
what a-
wardrobe. What the fuck is with that closet?
She's a woman.
stone
Stop
a cat?
looking. Stop looking at her wardrobe. She's a woman. Clearly,
A little
look
bit of organization.
look
would be
at the toes.
It's beautiful.
Oh,
It's creative. I like it. It's colorful. It's creative. It's
Where did you get that blanket and those shirts? It looks awful.
Would, stop
You
looking
need
at a
to vex
woman's
to suffocate her
wardrobe.
cat for a pic. For a feet pic.
Worst beings.
It's like stay there, stay under the quilt. Damn it, just show your foot. That's it.
Cat's trying to escape, running out. It's like, no, we need a picture.
You didn't even show the other
it's over-
pictures. Oh my god,
it's
it
over
gets
there.
better somehow.
Coach is over
Oh,
there yelling,
Oh, there
"Shut
is
up!"
other pictures. Sorry.
Yes.
This
show
is
them
why
all.
Western civilization is collapsing. Feet pictures, cat feet
Oh.
pictures.
Why
Why
It's
does
so
the cat look like
decadent.
he's sinking into a whirlpool of despair?
He is
Looks like that
clearly
scene from
happy.
Nightmare
He
on
is
Elm
in the middle
Street.
of getting a mani pedi or
Look
some
at that
shit.
quilt. That's such.
He's Johnny
what is
Depp
that?
in
What
the
is that?
first Nightmare on
Velvet.
Elm
There
Street.
you go.
Look at
That's
Brie
great.
Larson's foot over there.
Not Brie Larson's
Oh,
foot. Oh,
come
no.
on now.
She's got nasty feet.
Oh, come on now.
But
Don't
anyway, back
compare
to the
Becky's
topic.
feet
Back
to
to the
the
topic.
Bigfoot feet
So
Brie Larson. Come on now.
I do think it's pretty hilarious that they're holding the reviews off on this movie. They obviously know how people feel about the movie. They know that it's going to be god awful, and the fact that this movie, we could talk all the shit we want. People could say we're haters, whatever. This movie is trending to do worse than the Eternals, right?
Oh,
like
yeah.
that alone. Like
200
the
million.
Eternals,
It's gonna
The
bomb
the Eternals is
hard.
like that. What's the word I'm looking for? It's that
Milestone?
fucking bar that is just so into the ground that low bar, and if you somehow pass that, you're in the void at that point. And the fact that this movie is doing worse or projecting to do worse than that is really, really telling as to how people feel about it. You know, like I said, taking all the bullshit aside.
Hypno, we're in 2023. Like, these studios are going where no man has ever gone before, down the depths of the shitstorm. Okay, and they will try to traverse all of its nefarious pathways to see just how far they can just dive into the sea of shit. Okay?
You're right. You're right.
Well said.
Also, by the way, anybody who's,
I thought you were going back to Vex's closet. So
anybody who's a member, by the way, we do have a kitty emoji. I see everybody throwing cats up in the chat.
Yeah.
So we do have a kitty emoji. So make sure you use it.
Yes.
Otherwise, I paid for it for no reason.
Do better.
Yep.
And Five Nights at Freddy, how is that movie doing, by the way?
Did very well.
Strong
Probably.
opening, yeah.
Did it actually have a strong opening? I thought it was projecting not to do that well.
Here, let's take a look at. See, it's Saturday. Let's see
Don't
the box
listen to
office
the-
numbers.
No matter what, it's
Projection,
not as
Chip,
good as
no.
Willy's Wonderland. That movie's amazing.
I fucking love Willy's Wonderland
Yeah.
so much.
Okay.
It had an
Holy shit,
opening
Warsmith.
day
Nice.
of 390, almost 440, almost 40 million. 39,460,000.
I
And
think
that is
40 million is pretty
um,
good for a movie of that caliber.
That is literally
Yeah,
just its
yesterday.
Friday numbers. That's it. That's
Yeah.
only for Friday.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
that's
good
only
for a movie
Friday.
like that. I think that's pretty good. What's the
Yeah.
budget on that movie?
Be great. If
By the
it
way,
was 40
Warsmith
million.
says The Eternals was like watching two retards trying to fuck a doorknob.
25 million.
Yes.
Pretty good.
It's one of the best comments we've ever had on
One
Saturday.
of the best
25
comments.
million apparently is the
Yeah,
budget.
25 million. That's this movie.
Wow, they just made money already.
Wait, the movie with $25 million budget. That's it.
Yes.
Holy.
Damn.
See, that's doing
Imagine
right.
that
That
shit.
is doing it right, man. Like with
Yeah,
these
that is doing
these
it right.
200 or $250 million budgets, you're out of your fucking mind. Like I don't know why, especially now, you have years of history showing you that you're not going to make the money you were making prior. You're just not.
Mhm.
You want to blame any like whatever, blame the fucking pandemic, blame the fact that people are racist, blame whatever you want. But the fact is, the numbers don't lie. Like you're not making the same money. So why are you then spending more money than you were spending before? That just doesn't.
No, I got a better one
That's
for
how
you.
these executives think. They don't understand
Yeah.
anything besides numbers and money. So, like, if we throw more money, we'll fix it.
But they clearly
Yeah.
don't understand it. If they keep throwing more money when they're making less, it's like doesn't make it.
Yeah.
No. Here's the crazy one, Hypno. This is even more insane. So the Saw 10 budget was 13 million. Okay, you know how much they made already? Worldwide, 81 million.
Wow.
Well, so yeah, that is likely profit. Yeah, that's for sure profit. It
That's
means they
definitely
probably
profitable,
needed about
100%.
they would need about probably 45 million to profit. So yeah, boom,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
there.
But that's the crazy
mean-
part. That was all on the first day too, as well. Like with 5 nights. Well, no, sorry. Saw 10 came out on 29th. I'm sorry, but still, this is surprising. They made this much, and there are people that are still going to see it, even
Just make
after it's
cheap
been so long.
films.
But that's what it is.
Disney.
It's
Make
run-
Seagal films, Disney. Make Bruce Willis films, Disney. Make
Well,
fucking awful films with ultra low budgets so you make money, Disney. Come
The-
on,
the
Disney.
crazy
Bobo-
thing
Bobo-
is that
Bobo
they're
Yogi
making
says
good
that the
films with low
barista in
budgets.
Five Nights. Sorry, Bobo Yoga says the barista in Five Nights at Freddy's is a YouTuber that streams Five Nights at Freddy's content on YouTube. They also use
That's
music by the
cool.
Living Tombstone, which is a band that's done a lot of nerd-oriented music. Like they clearly put the work in to make this for the fans. Even like I don't know dick about Five Nights at Freddy's, but I know there's a lot of YouTubers and people out there that go ballistic over that shit that wants to be Resident Evil so bad, and they've made a movie that caters to them by putting YouTubers on, by putting musicians in there. That's
Right.
how you fucking do it. It's that easy.
People are
Right. Real quick. Wyatt, you got to go.
Yeah, I got to bounce. I'm tired of hearing this transphobic rhetoric. I need to prep for telling everyone how
He
great
needs to
Snow
smoke
White's going
crack.
to be. It's going to save the world. Snow White will solve the conflict in the Middle East. I promise you. But yeah,
No.
I
I
mean,
gotta
she's
take off.
brown, so she does have a chance.
She does.
Yeah.
Wyatt, Shill, thank you, man. Appreciate you, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Hey, take care, Mega Show.
Peace out. What were we saying? Yeah, so this is the way to go, man. I've been saying for the longest time these budgets are out of control. Like I don't know who is it, and this is why I think like this has to be some sort of profit loss scheme, money laundering scheme. I don't know, man, because $250 million budgets, not even accounting for marketing. I get it. They're Disney films. They make more money than your average movie. That's obvious, but they're just not making the money to warrant it. And how many more years of multi-$100 million losses do you need before you realize, like, yo, maybe spend a little bit less? You know what I mean? Figure out. And you know what, too? And you guys can chime in. I feel like the less money you have to work with, the more creative you have to get. I've been saying that many times.
We talked about this like like since day one we met and we started this group therapy session. Like sometimes the necessity forces the brain to come up with with a creative solution, and that kind of reinforces also the belief in the product that you're making. Because if you can figure out like a great creative solution, even though your budget is small, that brings also the community that is creating the movie together. That is also reinforcing the culture inside of the motion picture. And this is what we kind of witnessed till the 90s, basically, right?
Right.
It got less and less, but till the 90s, we had like great directors, movie makers that were creating a beautiful community around them, and where everybody believed in the product that they were doing and making, creating. Even though sometimes the budget was smaller, they were always kind of pulling off a great movie that was entertaining people.
You hit the nail on the head with the creativity, though. Like, think back to, I believe it's 2001: A Space Odyssey. The inside of the spaceship. Do you know what the walls are fucking made of?
What's that?
Egg cartons, dozen egg cartons, just several of them all stacked together to make at least part of the spaceship set look like an interesting design for walls. There's fucking cardboard egg cartons.
Yeah, Stanley Kubrick for you.
Yeah,
I mean, what happens. So you're telling me figure it out, you know?
Yeah, because over time, like if you take the pyramid, right, and say the 60s or the 70s were the height of creation in terms of movie making, over time they kind of made sure that they were subtracting genius, creativity, entropy, and chaos out of the movie making, process. Because we have to face it. I mean, if you look back into the 70s and even into the 80s, people were over budget, were extending their shooting days, sometimes like 120 days over production.
That's what happened to Predator.
Right? I mean, it's crazy what they pulled off. Like crazy stars that were behaving like crazy, sitting somewhere in the trees and not coming down for days, like Marlon Brando in the Philippines. So there were, of course, it was a problematic relationship between the director and the creative community that the director was representing, and the formal corporate world that was creating the studio that was producing the movie. So these structures were always colliding, and so over time the studio, like a Kraken, took over more and more of the creative process to make it more and more streamlined, so it would it would have less accidents and strange occurrings along the way of making the movie. But that of course drained also the creativity out of the movie.
Well, I just feel like the analysts or analytic people who are behind these indie movie studios, not these big conglomerates like Disney, they're the ones who have their heads on right. They're the ones that realize, okay, we want to make 100 million, we should probably spend 10 to 15. Like, let's be smart. Whereas if you have someone at Disney, they're like, oh, we're gonna make about 400 million. Yeah, let's spend like 3, and then let's put about 150 in marketing, and then let's forget the fact that we're gonna get half of what we make in the theaters. So that 400 is actually 200, but it's okay. It's fine. We got diversity though. It's all good.
It's the Panda Stone Hypno. It's too strong. It's sucking everything in and just making it derivative and awful.
But you know what? Outdoor Gamer on the chat says something that, I've never actually thought about. Money laundering too. Like, how do we know that they actually spending the money the way they say they're spending it? How do you feel like you just don't? First of all, like I always say, it's all connected, right? They're definitely going to be wasting billions and millions, billions. Being as though the dollar anyway is de-dollarizing anyway, so they might as well use it like toilet paper. I mean, we're getting ready to spend $106 billion.
They admitted on multiple occasions that weapons dealers are also producers in Hollywood. I mean, they
you know what I mean? Like, it's, I mean, really, they don't care.
Casey finish.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm just, he's right. Like, I mean, they don't care. Like, I mean, we're getting ready to send and spend $106 billion everywhere else, but our GDP is up 128% or something, some outlandish number. Like, I mean, it's de-dollarization. I mean, next year, I'm not sure that many of these countries are going to be on the petrodollar anymore. So these people just they
For
spending the
sure
money.
not in the way they used to. Of course, yeah, because
Yes,
the petrodollar is
all
not
digital.
guaranteeing the security and the stability anymore that it used to be, and also because we could now go down the rabbit hole, but
I'm too big to fit in the rabbit hole.
It's quite the rabbit hole, but
oh yeah. No,
Yeah,
look,
I
it's kind of
mean-
funny you say that with the money laundering because, like, at the end of the day, with the freaking banks, like most people don't even know that banks don't even have enough money to even have
To cash
somebody like
out.
draw out their
They
to
don't
cash
have
out.
to cash
Like the money probably doesn't even exist. It's just like
No.
endless debts. So it
Yeah.
would
No, it
make
doesn't
sense
exist.
why they
Yeah,
would just get vast amounts of money.
70% of the world's 70%, assuming
Yeah.
this number hasn't changed, 70%
Yeah.
of the world's debt is imaginary. Not the US, but the entire world. All
Exactly.
70% of the US of the world's debt is imaginary number.
Well,
Well,
that's
money-
not
money is
reality
inherently
based,
fake,
is
so.
it?
I mean, you
Like
think
money-
we already are on a digital society anyway. It's just
Yeah.
that, like, they're gonna control it differently once they bring in the
Mhm.
CBDCs. But if everybody went in to try to get their money out the bank, that bank would default completely. I mean, we're just spending.
Get your money out of
saw that in
banks, people.
2012. We saw that in 2012 with Greece. People in Greece were not allowed to withdraw more than a certain amount from the ATMs because their dollar
Yeah.
crashed so
Portugal.
hard.
Yeah.
Portugal as well.
Yeah, same with
Yeah.
Portugal as well.
China as well too. China had that crisis.
And so
too, that
Disney
they tried
probably
to keep it down.
spends all that money, but then probably somehow gets it back. And who knows if they, put it into gold or whatever else just to keep it secured or whatever. So
Great
I
comments.
wish.
I was dropping great comments.
I wish I could identify as debt free.
Great
It
comments.
honestly could be that easy. It
Yeah.
definitely could be
Of
that
course,
easy.
you just
I'm
have to
sure,
recognize
yeah, I'm
it.
sure,
It's,
like-
it's just digital. I mean, you just need a
Digital
coder.
money is trans money.
I
You
identify
must
as
get rid of
untaxable.
trans money.
No, but Casey is totally right. I mean, it's part of it's all connected, and so therefore they knew after Star Wars was a proposed religion in the UK in the 80s. That was the last thing that they needed to realize what type of power they have by producing these franchises, and so they took over because they wanted
It's
to.
funny you say
weaponize
that,
and-
Coach. I don't know if you know this or not, but the UK is the only country that genuinely, legally recognizes Church of the Jedi as an actual religion.
Yeah, that's a natural because
There's a church. Really?
Yeah, but in a way, it's because of Joseph Campbell because he inserted the Celt, the Druid tradition into the mythology of Star Wars, so that it has some sort of sense. It's not
in
that,
the
but
census. You can identify as Jedi.
I
That
am
can
a
be your
Jedi
religion.
with a better suit though.
With a better
I got
suit.
married under the Church of the Jedi when I got married.
Are you throwing food at your cat?
I'm trying to eat, but it's the mask.
You're eating like a communist.
You say eating like a communist? What?
I
He's
got
just
caught
throwing
by-
his
Eat like a communist.
Poorly?
He's just throwing
Wait.
imaginary
Throwing
things
scraps
into
in
his
the air.
mouth.
I
I'm
can't.
gonna need Casey to explain that one.
No,
Yeah,
don't
wait.
scrap
So
in the
is
air.
eating
Hope you
like a
catch it.
communist? So eating like a communist is basically pretending there are
To
a bunch
eat,
of poor
yeah.
sods behind you that are begging for scraps. So you're
There is
just throwing
something
it at
ultra
Yeah,
creepy
scraps in
about
there.
Deadpool just staring at your soul, like just
Yeah.
staring at the camera. It's just like I
Love
can't
the
see
Mac,
any emotion. It's
Cassie.
just
Love
it's
it.
just there.
Hey, Hypno, the only
Yeah.
creepy thing about this creature is the smell that is emanating his suit when he's opening up.
Oh, for sure.
Well, I did eat about 6 tacos before coming on the stream, so yeah, it's
That is a
Are
very
they full of
questionable.
coke by any chance?
Oh, I have it in my desk. It's in the drawer. Coke
What
drawer.
are you, Deadpool Tony Montana?
I'm growing my fingernail so I can have a Coke finger in true Princess Leia fashion. And the reason why I'm staring deadpan at the screen is because I'm secretly playing Callisto Protocol right now. So
Nice.
Oh, nice.
yes, sir.
I hope you get several crashes.
That's messed up.
It's bound to happen.
She actually afforded a decent computer, Ryan.
No, but
I did a game stream earlier and it fucking didn't work properly.
Yeah, at 10 FPS
frames
and
per second.
fucking dial-up.
no, but we
Just
Speaking
stick
of
to
terrible,
playing
let's talk about
pixel art
Director
games.
X. Let's get the Director X nonsense
Wonderful
out the
transition.
way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Speaking
Speaking of
terror.
I like how
Yeah.
everybody just throws
Yeah,
up the
like-
X. This is great.
Oh,
Pilgrim,
Oh. Wakanda
fucking
forever,
penis.
my brothers.
Pilgrim,
Wait,
I know
stole
Pilgrim
my
has
line.
some opinions. about Director X. Put it lightly, opinions.
But my main opinion about Director X is that Director X is what happens when cousins fuck.
Yeah, seriously.
That happens a lot in black families, Pilgrim.
For those who are unaware, I'm pretty sure everybody who's in the stream right now is
Sounds
aware.
like a freaking sand person.
Sounds
like a
sand
sound
people. That's right, Dragon. I referred to Saudis as sand people because they live in the sand.
I'm sorry, but a Tuscan Raider. He sounds
Everybody
like
in
a
the chat
Tuscan Raider.
is
right now.
aware that Director X was on the show. Okay.
Yeah, he made
Apparently
me
he was
uncomfortable.
only on the show because Drunk 3PO recommended it. Even though I told him, like, hey, if that's the case, we don't have to do the show. And he got awfully quiet and said, no, I want to be here. So, okay, no problem. So Director X was on the show, and I think it was good. You know, there's obviously a lot of opinions out there. I've had a few YouTubers say some things about my show. They didn't tag me, of course, which I thought was interesting that you didn't tag me when you said that, but that's okay. Shit happens. But you know, they had some opinions, and everybody thought, you know, we didn't go hard enough, sort of a thing. You know, and to make it very clear, we said from the beginning we were going to try to have a genuine discussion with the guy, not just fucking gang rape him, you know, all on one time.
Whoa, no. Whoa, no, no. I did not like to be associated with these allegations.
And the good thing, I mean, listen, we started off strong, you know, because I guess he thought he can come at me, that was interesting. That was funny. But that kind of set the tone, and I think people were ready to like kind of just go at it at that point. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that after the fact, so he had made a couple videos. The funny thing is he mentions being on shows, right? But he doesn't mention the shows that he was on, which I'm pretty sure that's probably required of him. I don't think he can advertise other people's shows. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. And he also had some videos posted by, I guess, a friend of his. He was at this party. I don't know what kind of party. Everybody just looks super liberal there, but he was at this party, and there's this Spanish guy.
Party?
Probably the Canadian version.
I'm pretty sure at some point Epstein now lives as a religion on his own. So
yeah, you know, he at this party there was just, it looks like a Hispanic guy from the accent was just completely just sucking Director X off. Like he was just, oh, you're such a genius, you're so smart, you got your haters to advertise your show for you. You told them to fuck off with a smile and all this stuff. And I'm like, did you watch the same show?
What?
Like I
was crying like a little bitch. He was getting so angry.
But even before the show, we were advertising it by making videos about it. That's what caused him to come on. Like,
and I wanted to make something very clear. So like a lot of people were saying, oh, when Director X was getting all upset and angry and flipping out, that we kind of like got reserved and what's the word I'm looking for? We didn't push back or whatever. I want to make it very clear. The reason why, at least me personally, I didn't push back against his rage moments was because I was letting him bury himself. I thought that his rage moments showed exactly who he was and how he acts.
100%.
And the fact that even the slightest amount of criticism that he says he doesn't care about, because, you know, he's a real boy, wagwan, all that bullshit. He very clearly showcased that is not how he is. When he was raging out, and who did it? It was a super chat, great super chat, by the way. It was actually a good super chat about Malcolm X. Yeah, it was a good super chat about Malcolm X, and he fucking lost it. And he lost it.
I have to go back and watch. I must have been gone when this happened.
You were gone.
He literally said like
the end.
I was thinking about you because if you were
that's what they said
in that moment, you would, you know, you would.
I tuned him out.
Man,
you were gone crazy because he was so ridiculous at a certain point, and from my point of view, I was really sorry for him. I was ashamed for his behavior.
Yeah,
and I mean it seriously because he got shot. He made a documentary about about meditation, about, the young culture should kind of, come to the senses and be more calm and not react immediately and have more of of more dignity and decency in life, right? And it was a good documentary. I really recommended it to a couple of people because I liked how he put it together, and it was a good message. It was like sincerely a very, very good message behind it. And then he comes on the show and he behaves like like
a ball bag,
like
like
right.
an eight.
And I was feeling it.
I do find it interesting that he
Like
actually
an
the only
eight.
YouTuber he ever tagged was Mr. H. It's the only one he ever tagged in his response video. Here, I'll share the screen so people can see what I'm talking about. Let's just play this video.
Maybe
and
he's
get
a
it.
fan of fit white men.
Probably. That's the going rate in Canada, I think. Check this out.
Not the I'm a nerd.
One of them had
again.
me on their show. Mr. H Reviews actually brought me on his show. We spoke for 2 hours. And it was a good civil conversation.
First and foremost, you need to address who you're calling racist or who you threaten to call racist.
So we have a civil conversation. We clear the air. We discuss the show. We don't see eye to eye on many things, but it's a good civil conversation. And then
Fucking
something
hate this
interesting begins to happen. So I'm looking at my Twitter comments and I get this. Kudos to you for engaging in a civil debate. You found a fan in me, and I hope you go on to even bigger things. That's not the type of messages I was getting before. And that's not the only one. Look at this. Sometimes I think of people from the other side, liberal directors, as snobbish, intolerant, and so on. In the interview, you showed the opposite side and made my side look bad. You look like a great person, and I'll be slower to jump into conclusions next time. I got one more.
Okay.
Hey, I watched Quiet Minds, Silent Streets after your discussion with Mr. H. Commendable work. Quiet Minds, Silent Streets is the documentary my org, Operation Prefrontal Cortex, and Headspace made. It's available now on Documentary Plus, www.docplus.com/Quiet Minds. You got to put in the www. Okay. After listening to your side, I came away with a different perspective on your show. I'm not the target audience, but I honestly don't think the idea of Hood Power Rangers is a bad idea. And this is why it's important. We speak to people that we don't.
The funny thing is, my thumbnails show up while he's scrolling, which means he's still watching my videos. Watch, it's great.
We don't like it. There's some people that are openly hostile to us.
Wait,
I mean, look at all these videos.
Bam.
This is YouTube.
There it is.
This goes on and on.
Wait, another one.
Talking about the
Bam.
show. We're talking about me personally. And I'm still talking.
And another one.
Not the editor want any side to confront me.
We
Oh my
cannot
God.
make peace with the establishment, folks. If this is the best they've got, then it's either us or them, ladies and gentlemen. It's like another conflict. in the
Ryan, are you
world.
retarded? This is a good thing.
Oh,
We really
yes,
can't make
yes.
peace with the
La-di-da.
establishment. This is
Let's
literally
hold
a good
hands. Fucking words, the dick rider. Calling me a retard when he wants to make peace with fuckers like
What
this.
is the point of us doing this if we are not going to actually make change and try and build bridges? Tell me the reason we do this, if not to affect change.
We can manifest change by highlighting the problem and building the solution ourselves.
What the
One
fuck is
creator
the
at a
Here's the
time.
problem.
Let me finish
Here's
the video. Let me finish the video, and then everybody chime in really quick.
Because not until I spoke to Mr. H have I ever received any kind of comment from this community showing any kind of understanding towards the show or me. Well, there you go. It's a little positive development in the Robin Hood drama. Looks like talking to people that you don't necessarily agree with can lead to some kind of understanding of the other side.
Fuck off and die.
Okay, I agree with the last comment, but he's obviously trying to spin it to something where he started it, and this was his idea, and he's a genius, basically.
Laughed so hard my turban fell off.
Well, I think it's fair to say that the big reason why I do like our little group that we have here is particularly because we are uniquely able to recognize that both sides can get completely insane. And we just we want to take we want to essentially point out the nonsense, but without getting completely deranged as well, because people on the right have gotten so out of line with the desire to simply win that they don't even take into account sometimes what they do in the process of obtaining that goal, and they don't remain centered. And it's like at that point you're not going to convince anyone to do anything, because really you're just you're like the influx of what you oppose. You become what you hate, and that's something I constantly I bring about self-awareness. Like I don't want to go over the edge because I don't want to become the thing that I point out is the problem.
Or if you do and you realize it, take a step back, zoom out a
Exactly.
little bit, relax, just realize in a way
Right.
it's all a game. No, but I totally agree because I was like a pendulum back then as well. You know, when you start making all of your research, you start realizing how things work, or you assume that you get an idea of a notion of how the system really works. You get really angry, and then you turn into the very thing that you hate in the first place.
Yes.
Like Luke, right? Luke has to be in some sort also a dark entity in order to defeat all dark entities. He has to understand darkness first of all, right? And this is what happens in the Timothy Zahn, adaptations in the books later on. Luke kind of travels to the dark side, defeats the Emperor once and for all, and comes back to the light side, right? So we have to do that, but we also have to come back. So in a way, I understand Leon, and in a way, I understand also Ryan, and probably I'm somewhere in the middle because I experienced both poles, right? Or I'm flickering back and forth anyways, because I talked about this on Saturday night as well. Like shortly after we started, we talked about, what I do as an acting coach. And I already talked about how the script changed, how the literature changed, how the lines are changing, how they are semantically like really changing the etymology of and the meaning of the really term. They're flipping everything. And so this is, to me, always a signal that they want to change the programming. And we have some sort of, of a source code inside of us. And that source code kind of enables us to see things a little bit from one perspective and the other and stay somehow sane in the middle. And how do we achieve that? With humor. I think what kind of distinguishes us is that we never take it too seriously, that we can make fun of each other. Even if we don't agree on everything, we still respect each other, because in the end, it's all about having a good laugh, guys, about being entertained, not taking everything so goddamn seriously.
Yep.
And seeing life as what it is. It's a game. That's why we love playing so much. That's why it's called screenplay. That's why it's called role-playing games. An actor plays a role. Why? Because it's a game. God damn it.
Yeah, to just end it with
I like that little goddamn it there.
I know,
That
right?
really emphasized your point.
Games.
But wait a minute, Hypno, it's like 10 o'clock. I don't know if you're gonna read the super chat.
Yeah,
I
that's what I was
do
gonna
want to
say.
say something, but you're gonna cut me
God
off.
damn it.
Yeah, let me
Shut up.
let me go through the super chats real quick. Johnny 718 Bravo for 2 says, I want to thank Disney for helping me save money.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And
enough.
giving it to Hypno.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Icy Thulu for 2 says current writers don't value bringing joy to people. Yeah, I would
No,
agree
they
with that.
don't.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, they really don't.
Double Brewski, member for 5 months, says jokes are like bread in a communist country. Not everyone gets it.
Very
Wow.
good.
Oh,
was
so
good.
accurate.
That was good, Double
Comics
Brewski.
today.
Very, very good.
Very good.
Kilton Cajun, member for 4 months, says doobie doobie doo.
Dibby dibby doo.
Oh,
All right.
yeah.
Very nice.
Oh.
KRG for 5 says, I still find it funny that Director X and Atreus didn't know who Rudy Ray Moore is.
That
Dolomite.
was incredible. That was
Wait a
I
minute.
didn't,
Director
I
X
knew
didn't know who-
Dolomite. I didn't know
couldn't
the
believe it.
actor,
I couldn't
mind
believe
you.
it. I was like in stasis. It's like, are you seriously asking this question? I was like literally saying this live. It's like, you must be fucking kidding me.
Wait, Director X didn't know who that was?
No.
No, he didn't.
And-
He
and
knew
look, I
Dolomite.
didn't know who that was, right? But the reason why I'm saying it like that is because like he's so I'm black and
Because you're
black,
white and
black,
disguised.
y'all. Because I'm black, y'all. You know what I mean? So I'm like,
That was a good song.
Because I'm black,
Uncomfortable about his
Please
race.
do that again. Please do that again.
Can you sing that song again, and I'll record it and use it on the intro?
Please, it was fantastic.
I guess that's
I
how
won't
you
get
do
canceled.
it.
Do so.
Please, seriously.
It was,
That's
huh?
hilarious.
No, I'm not singing.
Do it again, please.
Do it so the show gets a race card approval. All right.
We already have a race card approval. We had Director X
It's
on.
actually from a movie. Though.
I mean, yeah.
No,
but
please.
yeah,
Double, hold on, really
Oh,
quick.
yeah,
Last
there's
one.
more.
Double
Okay.
Brewski for 5 says the division between right and left is intentional. It keeps us fighting each other, so we can never unite against those causing the division.
Sure.
Well, of course.
Ryan, you don't
Why
get to
they?
point at that like it's correct when you're advocating just 10
Who-
minutes ago.
who
Literally.
are they,
I mean,
Double
they-
Brewski?
Ryan
Can you tell
is
me
the
who they
division.
are?
Ryan
Yeah,
is
it's just-
division embodiment.
You know, it's just funny how these two cunts just keep fighting each other when they should just fucking kiss already.
Oh,
Good God,
yeah.
this gay tension is getting that way out of hand.
French
I
tongue, mon ami,
showcase
French tongue.
creators who have the potential to go far as rising stars, who don't need the Hollywood machine, who don't need the entertainment establishment to do well. And that is why I believe creators ultimately of all shapes and sizes, of all race, colors, and creeds, of every gender and no gender, will bury the establishment. We don't need them. We don't need them. I don't want to see words on mainstream media, and I don't want to see myself on it either. I don't want to be on fucking Disney Plus.
Speak of the devil, and he shall join.
Use the word people just because you're in the mainstream does not mean you're not a creator. Like Zack Snyder is a creator. He might not be a YouTuber, but Zack Snyder's a creator. You know, Nolan is a creator. So you keep saying the mainstream. Sometimes the way it used to work before mainstream was crazy, the crazy left it is now. The mainstream things were mainstream because most people liked them in general. Star Wars was mainstream because it was good. People enjoyed it. So you derogatorily use mainstream and you use creators. You should be saying is independent creators. And I agree, independent creators are the future, but that does not mean there's not room for coexistence. Rap isn't the only music in the world. There's rap, there's folk, there's rock. There's also room for independent creators and mainstream creators that are making good products.
But yeah, but you know, I get what you're saying, Leon, but they're the ones who they're sinking themselves. Like, so that's what it is.
I agree with that. You know, they're not mutually exclusive.
You had him on. Let me just say this much. You had him on, right? And that's what's up with Hypnotic, that he came on and everything, and y'all, you know, that's good. But after all of this conversation and everything, he didn't walk out with anything, it seems like, because look at the kind of video that he made, gassing himself up. And so listen, and if Director X is listening, I'm gonna say this. I think deep down, way deep down, I'm sure he's a good person, right? But the problem is, and like I said to him on the show, it's this whole, you know, personality disorder of being black. Y'all coming at my blackness, my blackity black, my black. Like, and I'm like, yo, what does this even mean?
Look, you know, I mean, if I had to end,
because this is a very integral part to the situation.
Sure, but you're right.
You always see black folk running around being like the foot soldier for the nonsense, okay? Because they play on their personality disorder of what it is to be black, especially a biracial person. Forget that, because they're always trying to lean, but it's just a bunch of confusion. And then now you have your show, which is corny. Like, it's corny. It is what it is. It's corny. You look like you're somebody who has, you know, real good ideas in your heart that you want to do, but you let them tell you what to do. You went along and then it went back to the same thing. Like, oh, I wasn't here for this Malcolm X argument. I wish I was, because I like this portrayal and Power Rangers in the hood. We don't need that, man. Like, that's not the only kind of black person.
You're right, because he was exactly demonstrating and kind of showcasing this type of behavior in a way. Like, he was, you know, putting on this personality type of, you know, as if
of the
he was
black
acting.
person.
I'm the black, you don't say this is my mom.
But if you keep focusing on, you guys are missing the overall picture. Yes, he did that. We all know he did that, and it's fun to make fun of that he did that. But
I'm not making fun of it, though. That's the thing, though. Let me just stop you real quick. I'm not making fun of it.
Maybe I should back
no, it's the bane of my existence. I'm sick of it. Actually, I'm sorry. I do have,
but that's neither here nor there. The point that I'm trying to make was think about what he said at the end.
Of the nonsense. I really am tired of it, because everybody thinks black is one thing: crime, crying about racism, blackness, direct X, Power Hood, and the Rangers in the hood. That's not the only kind of black people, but that's all we're allowed to look at. So here goes another one putting out another type of image, the same image of black people. I'm sick of it. I really am.
That still only serves my point, Casey. My point that I'm trying to make. You're focusing on these negative aspects. Think about what he said at the end when he said, you know, sometimes talking to people on the other side, even if you don't agree, can lead to good conversations. All that blackity black shit aside, if even 10 of his viewers take that message and they're like, you know what? He's got a point. Maybe I should be interacting with people I don't agree with. Then that's a good thing. That means that we're doing the right thing. Yes, all the negative shit's out there, and it's fun to talk about. It's fun to dissect. It's fun to make fun of. But if we're just going to sit here and be happy about the negatives, we're not doing our job properly, or we're doing it for the wrong reason.
I'm not even making fun of it, though.
I'm not necessarily talking about you. I'm talking about people in general, not you, the royal you. everyone, you as in people. So if we're sitting here talking
You
about
people?
all we want is this division, all we want is this division, all we want to focus on is the negatives, we're not going to fix
No.
anything.
Like I said,
So
I also recommended to my, to some of my folks to watch this
Can't
documentary.
we just say hi to Atreus first,
and,
please?
Why?
He's just
I
turned
mean,
up.
I wanted to, but like it got so heated, you know.
Hi,
like,
Atreus.
It's not that it's heated. It's just that I see it.
Nah, I'm
all-
just
listen,
kidding.
There's a
That's a very
communistic
white
agenda
hand you
coming
got
in
there,
this country,
Atreus.
and the foot soldiers of it is black folk. It is because they're so easily like puppeted and the image and everything. Okay, so now he falls into that. Yes, okay, we're talking about and everything. I'm glad he came on. I wish I would have been here for the whole thing because I would have told him like, yo, there you go again. Like you just being.
Casey, can I ask you something?
1200.
Can I ask you something real quick? Okay.
That century's on a plantation for you.
Wait. Since I'm technically race swap right now with a pumpkin, I'm just gonna say this. So what you're telling me right now is that you're just tired of this hood nigga bullshit that he was throwing out there. Is that right?
Hey,
Whoa. You're just
yeah.
tired of that bullshit.
Absolutely.
It's
I mean,
strange
it is.
because
I'm
like
so sick of it. Yeah, I am.
there
That's
was
just
there
it.
was this
I don't care, like-
situation.
That's
There was a
it.
situation in which I was having a debate with a black dude at a job I used to work at a couple of years ago, and he had asked me, "Well, like, what are you? Like, what what racial demographic or category I'm in?" And I told him I am Puerto Rican, Italian, and Irish, and he says, "No, you have to choose one." And I'm like, "What do you mean? This is what I am. Like, my mother is Puerto Rican and my dad is half Italian and half Irish. Some nights we have freaking rice and beans and
You're a walking globalist.
we have paneer or pasteles, or in some nights we have lasagna, or some nights we have like what are you talking about? I accept that I'm all these things because that's what I am. I'm not trying to hide from any of these things. And like he just didn't fucking get it, and he just thought I was wrong. Mind you, he's like 30 years older than me too, which is kind of the shame in it all too. But like, I don't run away from what I am. I mean, I grew up, in experiencing life with different parts of my family. It is different experiences overall. I'm not going to hide from any of that. I think that that's pathetic as a mixed race individual.
I mean, it is.
It really is.
Not to get all into that, but I mean,
No.
you do end up getting all into that because how he was acting.
No, but you're right, Casey, because the thing is, I've experiencing this on the opposite side, which is truly funny. Like, we're always shooting interviews all over the place over here in Miami, going into, film festivals of sorts and interviewing people. And last month we were at the Urban Film Festival, which is like an historical overtown, which is of course like mostly who knows the place. It's mostly like black people, and they have a beautiful film festival there. And today we were at the Young Generation Festival again, into the same neighborhood to interview some other filmmakers. And people on Instagram were seeing our stories and what we're doing over there. Is like, is it not dangerous to go there? They asked me on Instagram. It's like, why? Well, it's an overtown. It's like, yeah, so what? I'm going to visit filmmakers. What do you think they do? It's like, shoot me. Right. Yeah, but
you a lot of that.
You're the only white guy there. It's like, yeah, again, they're filmmakers. We don't care that much. Like, we shouldn't. But, on that level, we don't. Like, we're filmmakers. We're in the same struggle. If we don't, run a project, we don't make money. So it doesn't matter what kind of skin color we are. But it's truly dangerous. It's like, dude, just because they're black guys, it doesn't mean they're violent or they have guns all the time, right? They're filmmakers again. So people, they have a problem understanding that the government is putting cliches on us, stereotypes on us.
And let me just be clear. Some of it, I understand that thought. I don't deny the reality of what you constantly see. But my problem is when somebody who has a platform who could be better and show a different side comes and does the same nigga shit. Okay, let's just
see. There you go. There you go. Let it out.
Now I'm like, oh, forget it.
Let your blackness out.
Can you not make the argument that a different side?
Let that nigga shit out.
This was a 4-hour conversation though, and we're acting as if he was like that the whole time. When it was about people,
I know how they talk.
No, he wasn't like that the whole time, but it is. Look. He wasn't acting like that the entire time, but there were points where. Yeah, he was. In all seriousness, he was acting like a child, like with certain words that we were saying. Like he would just get immediately triggered, and it would sometimes
I put my head in
derail the
my hands
conversation.
during
And
that
no
show
one's, no one's
sometimes.
denying that's how he was acting
Yeah,
at certain times.
yeah.
My point is,
Yeah.
there's been no one
I
on
get
this
it though,
panel
Leon.
tonight except for me that has highlighted the positive aspects of what came from them.
Oh no, there were positive
hours.
aspects. Well, I'm not denying that there were
Wait, hold on, this
positive
person's
aspects. I hope
unsubbing
that
because people use the N-word.
I got
What
the
a
provisional N-word pass. I'm a pumpkin. Chill,
Apparently.
bro.
Just a word,
Chill.
bro.
Cancel
Goddamn.
Dragon now.
Bro, a word. Like,
Trace, what's up,
not that
Trace?
serious.
Welcome to
I
the
mean,
stream, Trace.
I did the hood word. Chill out, okay? Okay, that's the cool word. All
I
right.
want to get Atreus'
Anyway,
view on the situation.
Atreus is trying to
do silent.
do the silent
are
thing.
you okay, Atreus? Do you need
Atreus, how
help?
are
Are
you,
you
man?
getting mugged?
I mean, I'm listening to y'all debate. Like, I I'm not part
You
of the
turned up
conversation.
late. We'd like your opinion.
Yeah, about Director X.
I mean, I don't even know what the conversation is about.
Director X.
What's your favorite type of lady?
Director X is claiming that he's a marketing genius for going on our show, even though he didn't mention our show. He only mentioned Mr. H.
Well, I mean, I don't know what to say. He said he's a marketing genius.
That's what people are calling him. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they're calling him.
He's also trying to make it seem as if the conversations was his idea. Like he
Which
was
that part is
basically-
fucked up, by the way.
Oh yeah, of course.
I missed the whole stream. I was just wondering, did he actually or did anybody challenging him on the shit he was saying about like nobody would say this to my face business?
Oh yeah, that was the entire first segment when he tried
literally
to basically
did
call
that.
me racist. He tried to race bait me the entire time.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't let him do it for like 10
Because
minutes.
I just want Director X to know that I absolutely would tell him that Robin Hood is shit to his face.
Robin.
Robin.
I would look him straight in the eye and say, dude, that show sucks balls. And you should be ashamed of yourself. Go back to film school or whatever. Because
Well,
he
he's
really
a
should
music
produce
producer,
video.
so
That's what he's good at. But
yeah.
Atreus,
I
what were
think
you
he
saying?
probably could make a bang up show, man. When he started talking about the A team as Robin, something he was trying to go.
The A team?
Good. He was trying to.
Yeah, that was the proposition.
Show. But
Yeah.
you know, he
the gay
Well,
team.
whatever.
I mean, I didn't feel as negatively about it as everyone else did. I felt like there was times he had good points. There was times where he got exposed. There were times where he tried to explain the show away. I hadn't seen it, but I mean, it was just like I said, a highlight for me was when my guy poured out the receipts. I had to close my eyes because I was like, "Oh boy, you getting exposed."
Oh, Film Rebel. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Wyatt.
Wyatt,
Yeah,
Wyatt,
did that.
when Wyatt poured out them receipts. That shit was
That was
funny to
great.
me.
Wait, I missed that.
But
too.
one of the lowlights, in my opinion, I mean, we've already discussed this. I mean, one of the lowlights was that, obviously that question about the review bombing. In my opinion, I thought that was in my opinion, an asinine question because we know there's a review bombing on both sides. And so I felt like that was an asinine question, and I also felt like that we dropped the ball with our long-winded ass monologues we was giving them before each question. And so, other than that, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Being an outsider looking in, because me and my cousin were watching it,
Oh.
like anybody that was saying that you guys were being like submissive, I mean, it's bullshit. Like just
Oh, you talking about in
because
the comments?
Yeah.
like no, because apparently Hypnotic was saying that you guys didn't press him enough. I mean, just because you don't suddenly become ignorant just like he was at certain points doesn't mean that you were becoming submissive. You challenged all the things that he was saying that he was throwing at it. He was essentially, especially you, Hypnotic, he was accusing you of things and he was being a bit ignorant on it. And instead of, getting loud and irrational as well, you simply just said, "What are you talking about? I did not say these things." And you challenged it until he fell back and stopped the bullshit.
Well, context is key as well. Remember,
Yes.
I haven't been uploading videos, so there hasn't been like built up tension between he and I as it might have been between him and Hypnotic as well.
Yeah.
Secondly, the formula that we have here, we're bringing a guy on to have really what was essentially a 8v1. So as far as
that was brave for him to come on. That was fucking props to the guy for doing it. But I don't know what he hoped to achieve by coming on. I mean, there's no way he could defend that shit show.
He wanted to humiliate us.
Well, his goal, he said, is to in hopes of bridging a gap between the YouTube community as well as but the side that he belongs to.
But I mean, the thing is, I think his problem is that he took it personally. I mean, nobody made, as far as I can tell, nobody made a YouTube video saying Director X is a knob. They all just said Robin Hood sucks ass.
Is a knob.
Well, and it was going to be.
Well, I can't speak to that because I'm not sure. Like, I didn't go out of my way to look up all the videos that has commentary on, what he, on him or on his product that he put out. I can't really say that. But I will say there are definitely people on both sides that, not to bring up that specific phrasing, but there are definitely people on both sides that get out of fucking pocket. We can't pretend that isn't the case.
Yeah, but I think when it first started, it wasn't about Director X. It was about Robin with a Y Hood and about how shit the show was.
Well, you could tell that this is his.
He made it personal.
He made it personal.
To him, indeed, like in commenting on his, the thing that he directed and put out there was to him a direct commentary on his person. And when he went at Hypnotic about like essentially things that he felt were personal, Hypnotic was like, "Look, it's not fucking personal. It's not really about you. You put out something that." Clearly isn't up to snuff, and you are going to bat for it despite it not being up to snuff, and that's really what it boils down
to. But also, going back to the submissive comment, like I said, the formula is essentially an 8v1, and if it had been a 1-on-1, it could have been a completely like from me versus him, something like that. You're talking about something completely different. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I had to give him a little bit of grace for having the balls to come on. One, because I agree with him. I would like to see more of that. I think it would be more beneficial if the goddamn creators stop feeling that they're too above us to come have a conversation with us about what they made, especially when we're the fucking pioneers of what they. Because let's keep it a beam. They wouldn't have jobs if not for these nerd shit. Like y'all ain't coming up with no new ideas.
They've invaded our space. That is a fact.
Right. So you invaded our space. So it's only fair you come and have a conversation with us. So when it comes. Go ahead.
No,
I think I'm the smallest piece of that puzzle, so to speak.
Well, just to be honest with you, because I have dealt with both sides in regards to general commentary in the nerd space. There are people on both sides, once again, pulling up their phrasing, that do not want to see any form of resolution. There are people on both sides that want everything to fucking burn for if it be just for the fuck of it, or just their personal gain, financial gain. There are people that deliberately, there's no matter what you could do, they will say everything, everything the opposite side says is absolutely trash, blah, 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 or what they make is trash, blah, blah, blah. There are individuals on both sides that never want to see a resolution. They never want to see peace. And those are the people, it doesn't matter which side you're on, I'm adherently against.
Right. Like, I'll give you a prime example. I don't care what nobody say. I agree with his comment on Hills versus Babyface.
Oh, yes.
With the video on the podcast he was on when he was talking about how Hills versus Babyface made that little, comment about the condoms. I was like, okay, like, haha, your mom's a whore type shit. I'm like, what? Like, I do feel like a lot of those videos do get a little cringy like that. And then even like before that, when he did the pronoun shit, I'm like, all right, come on now. Like, really?
You know how much shit that I got from, the right side just because I said Starfield is not really woke besides picking your pronouns, and you don't have to fucking pick your pronouns. Like, the amount of shit that I got for that from the people that claim to be on my side is fucking insane. Like, there are people that just want to watch the world burn.
Well, it goes back to the idea. Like, I don't know if anyone here besides Casey and I watched Tim Pool, but yesterday Tim Pool did an episode of the Culture War where he had Cenk Uygur on, and people were really fucking upset that he and Cenk Uygur were cordial for 90% of it. Just because you disagree with somebody fundamentally does not mean you come at them hard out the gates. You want to have a conversation and focus on the things you have in common. You can get to the differences later, but if you do not bridge, if you do not build that initial rapport of politely engaging in discussion and going in with good faith to attempt to see individuals' point of view, then you are not doing it just, you can claim, oh, they didn't come in good faith, neither am I. You should be taking, in my opinion, you should be taking the high ground. You know, like there was multiple times when I was asking him questions, I genuinely wanted to hear his answer. I may disagree with it, but I wanted to hear his answer as opposed to try and get him in some sort of gotcha moment. I feel like, you know, Atreus was doing the same thing. You know, Wyatt and Hypno were going aggressive, and that's good because they had different approaches than we did, and that balanced it out. I like the idea personally.
I don't think I went aggressive.
Yeah, I was gonna say
maybe aggressive the wrong way.
I think that when Hypnotic was being aggressive, it was because he was being aggressive towards Hypnotic, which was completely acceptable.
You were matching his energy, you were matching his tone, you were matching his energy with who I was getting at. So like you were going, like you had a different sort of style than me and Atreus did, but I think that worked out for the better because, like Atreus said, if everybody went hard in the paint on him from the get go, he wouldn't have stayed with us for 4 hours, and for the most of it, I would say solid 60%. Have been, in more or less good faith. Now, obviously, he got out of pocket far more than we did, in my opinion. But that doesn't alter the fact that as long as we go in and we try to have legitimate, honest conversation and try and see the things that are more the same, that's what, I get people want to see a blood.
That was corny. That was corny on his end. But see, I don't have time to tell him that. I don't have time to interrupt Hypnotic and tell him, yo, you doing that shit they be doing on the block where you get mad and you start talking in your Islander voice over you in the nerd community, dude. Like, don't nobody see that. Like,
I just like to say though that I said this privately and I'll say it publicly now. I don't think I did very well during that show. I wasn't and still not in the best of health. I must say I was damn tired through the first half of that show. So I personally thought that I didn't do a good job, but
you were indeed the most submissive one.
Oh, well, thank you. There was a very dangerous, scary black man on the other
not to defend anybody,
scary black man, very scared.
Not to defend anybody, but like when it comes to certain people have very brash and out there personalities, right? Like that's just how it goes. And I'm sure Director X is probably one of them. But in the same token, Az has always been that way. Az has always been out there, fucking loud, ridiculous. That's why some people love his rants and some people find them cringy because they're so extreme that there's no way there's going to be a middle ground of people that are like kind of in between. He's only going to attract people from either one side or the other. So when he goes off on those rants, that's just who he is. You know what I mean?
Some of those rants are good and some aren't. To me, Az is like Steven Spielberg. Some of Steven Spielberg's movies are great and others are shit, but you'll never hear someone say, that was okay about a Spielberg movie.
Like I don't hear his video and be like, I need to unsubscribe. No, it's like, like even I was listening to a Neurotic video the other day. He was talking with some people and they was talking about Marvel and stuff like this, and I didn't agree with a goddamn thing that they said. But I thought it was bad takes all around, but it's no reason for me to like. I'm not about to come out and make a hit piece about you, or I'm not about to accuse you of being racist or any of that bullshit. It's just like I just felt like Az had two ass takes back to back for me, like with the pronouns and the condoms comment. I was like, well, and that's his thing, right? Which is why I've said since coming on YouTube, and I knew before coming on YouTube, I'm a supporter of a lot of people, but I am not a fan of anyone because being a fan is what causes you to think out of pocket.
Right.
Yeah.
Blind. It makes you blind. And I was surprised it actually went that way. I mean, we balanced each other well out without having kind of preconceived that. It was natural and organic the way we reacted to him and to what he was saying, and somebody was more, weighing on his side and understanding some of his arguments. But overall, it was great for the conversation. Like Hypnotic said, he could have mentioned that too, because like talking to one person, right, and kind of playing it friendly and kind of getting them psychologically to agree with you is sometimes, a very pleasing way also to argument. If you have like 8 people, it's not that we are against him. We're criticizing even heavily the product that he created and wanted to really know his motives if he has done whatever work he has done to understand his choices in order to kind of translate that for ourselves. And I think we gave him a fair chance for over 4 hours to make a decent point. And
Right.
it was our biggest stream ever. It got also some waves and ripples in the YouTube world. So it was promotion for him as well. And it's not that we slaughtered him or anything. We gave him a fair chance why I was interviewing him. I kind of tried to understand if he made some mythological research on the matter and kind of what that. And yes, we're passionate about our stuff. And so,
I mean, Coach, you literally told the guy like you
bamboozled
didn't do any
him.
research. Like you just
told him,
like,
my grandma was watching, and that was her favorite moment of the entire stream.
No, we did have
real-
looked in that.
real
We
quick,
know we
these
have
co-
looked in
these
it.
co- the- like these comments are the problem. So like I understand Sean
What comments?
nobody's going after Neurotic and Az.
we're not going
simply
after anyone
talking
at all.
about certain takes that they had. The whole reason why they had takes is for people to
I got a
talk
question
about
for
them.
Sean Green.
And again, Kyoko, woe to be to anyone who tries to attack Az on like no, I just don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't think he's
get why
referring. I think
people-
Kyoko is saying that anyone that attempts to do that is likely to get a rant made about them, and it's not going to end well for the person.
probably, yeah.
No, get out of
Like,
here.
like,
Leanne.
here's the thing.
That's
Let her
exactly
try
how
it,
I read
please.
that.
I
Trace.
want to address Sean Green and Mr. Kyoko right now. Am
Oh
I
my.
supposed to blow them every time they drop a goddamn video? No, like
Yes.
I said, I'm not about to go and make a hit piece on nobody because I don't agree with their takes. But if I say, hey, I don't agree with that, am I attacking them? I think
Angry
Yeah.
black man attacks Az.
That's where I get confused, too.
Real talk
Okay.
though, like
That's
there are
precisely,
people.
though. I think he's responding to me when I was saying I think people like Kyoko's comment was clearly different than Sean Green's comment.
Yeah, I think
So,
it was too. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
It was.
I think Kyoko was just talking about the fact that
context is
Oh,
hard
well.
to get through text.
Hey,
I
you know what I
Yeah.
just said then.
no,
But
like
real talk though, like you know, there are people that I do genuinely like, but do I agree with everything that they say all the time? No, because I'm my own person. I have my own thought process, and I do like I come from a different life than everyone else here. But do I even if like someone here puts out a video, I don't necessarily agree with it. Do you think I hit the dislike button? No, I still hit the like button. I may disagree and I keep it moving. Like that's because it's all love at the end of the day. Even if we have disagreements, and even with people that subscribe to my channel, that watch my live streams, that watch my videos, do I want you to agree with everything that I'm saying? No, it's completely
That's
fine
the
for you to
reason
disagree.
we like each other,
but there's
because
a
we
reason.
disagree sometimes. Right?
Yes,
I mean,
it's completely acceptable to disagree, even with me. I want to know that you're not a brain dead person that just simply goes
I
with
wasn't
everything
so
that I
busy,
say.
If I wasn't so busy the last week, I sure would have joined on her Thursday night show to debate her about the Spider-Man game. That's what I'm talking about.
That's exactly that. Cass,
Yeah.
how many video game takes do you and I heavily disagree on? But the way I
be
wanna
watching
go
her
about
videos, like-
this is like
And that's
and- and-
completely
and-
fine. I
don't know
encourage
if
it.
Sleepy Pilgrim-
I would
and
never
I don't know if
dare.
Sleepy Pilgrim gets this.
That's
And
no
I'm
passion.
asking. I'm not sure if you do or not. But like in America, the concept of innocent until proven guilty is something that I don't think you guys have over there. Am I correct?
No,
Not
it's
anymore.
it's innocent until proven guilty, but
Yeah. Well, the
Yeah,
reason I'm
it's-
asking, so the basic tenet of that in the American mindset was that it is better that 10 guilty men walk free than one innocent man be punished. Like that's the
Don't
idea of
do that
innocent until proven guilty, and that is 100% something that I agree with. I would much rather 10 guilty men walk innocent than one innocent man go free. So when we're talking about people having takes that we disagree with, having directs on, that's why I'm of the opinion that if even one person on his side mind was changed because of it, then that makes it. That means we've done it right. We've done our nerdy entertainment collective version of innocent until proven guilty, which I think is a good moral place to be.
And
So
we're
you're
all on
applying
our,
the concept.
we're all on our creator journeys, folks. Everyone will have their time to shine, and everyone will unfortunately fade away in one way, shape, or form. That's why I always like to
Hopefully we don't
say,
drown.
I will outlive you all, despite the fact that, look at me, I'm 24. I'm probably going to be the first one gone. But in
that
all
was in
seriousness,
diabetes.
in all seriousness, though, we do what we do. We have a great time. We make a few friends. Hopefully, we can make a buck or two, and we leave behind a legacy as a result to inspire more people to do what we are doing. Because
And
I'm
it's not
sure
lost on me that
Mhm.
we are all just like random people having
Yeah.
a conversation with a Hollywood director.
Oh,
because of
yeah.
the show.
I wouldn't go that far, but
Well,
yeah.
Canadian
No,
director.
no, I wouldn't go
A
that
Canadian
far.
director, but I mean,
A
it's the same
director.
thing.
That's
No,
like
I mean he has
potential
worked with some
Olympic
big
of
shots
director.
from entertaining industry. So yeah, you
Yes,
technically
and
probably can
Superfly
say
remake was
Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Well, speaking of $1, let's go
Yeah.
over super chats real quick, because we're past the 10:30 mark, and then we'll finish up
Money.
with the conversation.
Mhm.
So we got
Mhm.
Double Brewski for 5 says, "Hey Atreus, that guy with the turban said you look like Gary Coleman if he ate a Super Mario mushroom."
Oh my!
Wow.
Good
Yes, I'm
Lord.
Kareem Abdul Tubani during this stream, Atreus.
Wow. This is
Wow.
just
Shut up,
He
Rick.
is 100% out of
Mushrooms.
I prefer Jabbar.
mushrooms. Yes.
Kyoko for 2 says, "Mr. X makes me think of Stink Meaner in Boondocks."
Mhm.
Nice.
That's absolutely true. Yeah. I mean, I
Kyoko
don't
for
know.
2 again. Seriously, guys, what the fuck is a condom jar for?
I
Uh,
thought that
It's
was an
the opposite of an urn. Instead
well-
of putting the ashes of somebody dead in there, it's what holds the devices that catch all the not quite born people.
I
Yeah, it's-
identified that as an incorrect stereotype because I don't imagine poor minorities using condoms because their population rates are higher. So I identified that in my notes as an incorrect racial stereotype. I should have told him that.
Well, they definitely
That's
don't
actually
use
false, by the
use
way,
condoms.
jackass.
That's been proven. They don't use condoms. It's been proven because their birth control is abortion, so it's fine.
Oh, I
That is
forgot
true.
about
And
that.
those are those
Man, that
realities.
hits deep.
that are true.
It's
A
it's
jar
the-
full of
it's the-
coat hangers.
That's a deep one. All right. T-Jeff Steve, man, drops 5 gifted Hypnotic memberships and then another 5 gifted memberships. That's
Hey, let's
10,
go,
my friend.
T-Cap.
Thank you so
What
much,
a guy.
T-Cap. I appreciate you so much making it rain, man. I think I'm caught up. Yeah, I'm caught up. All right, cool. We can continue now. So,
Coach is having fun with them.
yeah, man. So just like the whole director X thing. Again, the whole point is to have a conversation, right? A lot of people thought it was going to be a beatdown session. I made it very clear we were not going to make it that. There was a reason why I designed the layout the way I did so that 2 people can have prominent talk, at any given time, even though Coach definitely interrupted one time when he was angry. But it's all good.
Really angry, mind you.
And the response why he came, he was like, "Excuse me. It is my turn to talk to your turn."
Like a Karen.
To give him credit, like he
And
got
gave
interrupted
the
a
hand
lot.
too, which I loved. It was great. He was like, "Excuse me."
And well, you call me a racist, then you don't
totally
understand players. Like, what?
He called you a racist?
Yeah, first of all, he
Yeah.
called me a racist, and then
He
he.
is
Of all the
German.
people in the world, wait a minute.
No, and then he said, "You probably don't know what black culture is all about, anyways." It's like,
Oh, he went
I
on a rant
pressed
for
him- I
that
pressed
shit.
him on that,
Chicken,
and he
watermelon.
just completely fell apart. I was actually kind of disappointed. I thought he was going to go further with the whole black community thing, but he kind of just let it go. And then he was like, "Oh, if you want to harp on
No,
that,"
I
I'm
had to
like,
let him know about that.
it's not a
though.
small
That was
comment, bro.
little
It's
bit
kind of a
irritating.
big comment,
People were
We have
concerned
black
I was
here,
quiet
too.
when I was just letting people talk because it's a debate.
Right,
and
right,
in
right.
a
Yeah, I
debate,
think,
you let other
honestly-
people talk.
Honestly,
Yeah,
Dragon Slayer was definitely the king of the debate because he did something that he has a really hard time doing.
Shut the fuck up.
No, yeah, but you know what? That's
You
what-
have
Hey,
a hard
when he
time
got the
shutting
mic,
the fuck
though,
up, Leon. Wait now.
When he got
Nah,
the
fuck
mic,
no.
that was a
Dragon
monologue.
Slayer's monologue was at least 13 minutes.
No, that's just
Yeah,
great.
but you know what? He deserved
I
it.
even had to message. I
only-
think I messaged in a private chat. I'm like, "Dragon Slayer, you gonna ask a question or
That's
something?"
Exactly.
That's why I didn't want to let him
I
speak.
just said.
No, you
I
didn't
said,
do that in
I
the
was
private
monologue.
chat. No, you said it out loud.
I love.
Oh, did I say it out loud?
Yeah,
Jeez.
Yeah, I put it in the private chat to be proper. He's like, "Hey,
Oh,
Dragon,
fuck.
you got any questions?" And I'm
Fuck.
like,
I thought I put,
well,
damn,
yeah."
I thought I put that in a private chat.
But
My
that
bad.
shows
Nah,
our
bro.
integrity and how fair we were. Like,
I only
you
had
know,
20 minutes, mind you. Like
Yeah, and he
the
talked
only
about
reason is
Rings of
because
Power in 20 minutes. He mentioned.
look. I only had like 20 fucking minutes because
He's the race swap slayer. What do you expect? I mean, he's a punk.
Yeah. I mean, look. It was 20 minutes, and Director X got caught up with having that argument with our local meth head Wyatt, and at the same time, he got very angry at Coach because Coach basically put his ass down and told him, "Sit down, little boy. I'm
Face
going to
down,
school
ass up,
you."
that's crazy.
Dragon, did you see what
Whoa.
T-Jap put in the chat earlier?
Oh God,
He
what?
said, "Do you think Leon's the only white man he didn't scream at because he couldn't tell if he was actually trans?"
And you see, like he danced around the trans subjects. He
Oh,
danced
he
around
did.
it.
He
Hard.
He
No
was
part
going
about it.
and swaying.
I even made
Oh,
the joke.
man.
I'm like, don't worry, Leon's mid transition. He was like, huh. Anyway, you're racist, by the way. I'm like, oh,
It's just insane.
Nah,
and then,
bro.
like, when he said to you, "Well, what do you do for the black community?" My ears, like, it was like
Yeah,
nails
I
on the
loved
wall.
it that
to
he
me. I
went
was
there
like,
though, because I was hoping
Yeah,
he
he
would.
went
'cause
there.
Then I could
begging somebody to do something for the black, like, come on. And I had to come on and be like, I don't understand why that's like some sort of measure of, if you care about people, we have to do something.
I
for the
don't
black
know.
community.
It's like, is that like
Provide
his activist black people dick measuring
His
form of
question-
contest? Like,
you
I
have to
don't know. Like,
understand,
he was acting
the
like that.
the true question he was asking is, do you pander to the black
Yeah.
community? If so,
No.
prove it right
Yeah,
now.
of course.
Like,
I
if you
kinda
really
wanted to be
care, if you really care about a specific group of people, what you do simply is treat them like you treat everyone else. You don't
Yep.
fucking go out of your way to specifically pander just because of the color of someone's skin or what particular community you fucking belong to.
Exactly.
kinda
That's
hoping he
why
was
I
gonna
treat
continue
I
all
mean,
of
this
you
he
week
badly.
didn't,
has
and I
been
was let
nothing
down.
but pandering, but not to the black
Because
community.
part of me
Yeah.
wanted to be a dick and just be like, well, what did you do for the black community other than co-opt it? But I felt like if I went there, it would have been really bad.
It would have melted down faster
Yeah.
than a nuclear power plant.
You're
I'm
doubting
sorry,
my
bro.
blackness?
I also believe that I think he underestimated us a little bit. I think in his
Of course
perception.
he did.
I
He's
don't
Canadian.
I don't know if he thought I
believe
was gonna
that
run
he
away
really-
from the conversation, and once he started like getting ratchet, I was like, bro.
But
if you
yeah,
o- if
Yeah,
you
I wasn't
only-
the
if
only
you
one that was
only
thinking he was
knew.
getting all
No,
ratchet.
I loved
Well,
how you
he
handled it
went.
with Bugs.
He
It was great.
really off the bat was trying to challenge
yeah.
challenge you guys to see. He's trying to get a gauge of how you guys are, perceive you
Yeah.
guys. Are you a submissive group, or are you willing to fight back? When he realized that Hypnotic wasn't having the fucking shit, he definitely was like, all right, let's have a true conversation, because he thought he was gonna pull up here and be able to dominate the fucking conversation the whole time.
Right.
And thankfully, he quickly realized that wasn't gonna be the case.
Bro, he's
God,
5'10"
I mean-
and like 180 pounds. Like, who is he dominating, bro?
Like, really, he was
Thank you.
trying all the time to taunt everyone just to
seemed
see
bigger
who
than
would.
Wallace.
Yeah, what?
Nothing.
I
Well,
didn't
just
listen
talking
to the
shit.
fucker. I just tuned him out for 4 hours. I was like,
Look,
mean,
look,
like,
Ryan. I think
No,
I
the
think your
chat
part-
was roasting Ryan for that. That's like, who is saying that?
He audibly went, oh, like,
Yeah.
jeweler
Like,
using
what are
his
you, the
monocle
narrator
to
of the
pick ruby?
fucking stream?
like a silent film of the stream.
So
He's
ridiculous.
doing the reactions.
But I wish
mean,
Casey stayed for
Sorry.
that stream, man. I feel like
I
she would have,
I didn't
went
think
in a
that
little
he
bit
was-
at the end.
Because he wasn't too bad in the beginning. You know what I mean? Like, and like in the beginning,
he
I
wasn't.
had to go, but I didn't expect what y'all saying. Like, I need to go back and rewatch the rest of this live because
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's because after the black woman left, he just let loose. Like, he didn't care it was a black
Nah,
man in the
yeah.
group. He just let loose
Yeah, a
after the
little bit.
black woman left.
I was under
Like,
I
there
looked
were
at
no
Malcolm
women
X
on the
comment
stream?
because that's where he got his X in his name and he got all fucking emotional over it.
Oh
That's what it
yeah,
is.
yeah.
like, we
That's
have to
true.
stop. Like, I'm serious. Like, you don't gotta. It doesn't have to be like that. Like I said, I truly believe this man has original good ideas. What is he, half Sweden or something like that? Like, I'm sure.
Yeah.
that-
Close by American geography
Irish, I know,
standard.
but yeah.
But the reason why I'm saying that is like I'm sure like his upbringing, like he's I know he's well.
He said he grew up in the hood.
That don't even mean it because you still could be well versed. Like I know he's had interest in many different things.
Yeah.
So then you go right to the stereotypical thing, and then and then when he said, because black women need to see themselves as heroes or something, they don't see themselves as, and I'm like, yo, me and my friends don't care about that. Like we just watch.
Yeah, they don't watch Star Wars as a trace. So
We actually do watch Star Wars.
No, the hell y'all
We just
don't.
watch a movie.
No, the hell y'all don't. Stop it.
He got
Hey,
triggered. by
I've
that.
got them to
No,
turn
I
on each
gotta
other.
agree
No,
with
no, I
Trey.
do.
I do
not
Hey,
have
look,
it.
black women
100%.
don't watch Star Wars. They don't
I
watch
had
none of that
never
nerd
met a
shit.
black person
I mean,
to watch Star Wars until the rise of YouTube.
Obviously, I'm making a general statement. But if I date, like, listen, I've dated a lot of women, especially black women. All right? If I lined up 100 of the women I dated and did a
Hey, yo.
Netflix and chill and put on anything Star Wars, that bitch would be asleep before the first fucking
How
paragraph
many of them
finishes.
did he get pregnant and then run away from?
My ex,
Yo, that's crazy.
89.
my ex My ex would literally, my ex refused to watch fucking Mandalorian, bro. She used to make me watch anime because I'm not a big anime guy. And then when I said, all right, bet you got to watch the Mandalorian, she would not do it. That's how much most, I ain't going to say all.
I mean, how much of a bitch she was? Yeah.
Is that why she's your
I
ex
know,
now?
because seriously, like it should have been.
No, it was the pregnancy that done that.
Guys, we got 15
Sleepy.
minutes before the stream's over. I want to jump on one last topic, but you guys can finish up and then. we'll do
What
it.
topic is this? I
What's the
forgot.
topic?
Which one was it?
Surprise topic because I want to talk about this one.
Oh,
So,
yeah. What is it?
I went kind of hard in this video, so I want to get your opinions on it. So,
Okay.
Are you upset?
The Spider-Man 2 removing all the LGBTQ shit.
Of course, it had to be
from
this shit.
the Middle Eastern version.
Wait.
Have we done something wrong, Hypno?
No.
Did it?
No.
Why
He sounded-
Hypno?
We derailed
The
him.
reason Coach asked,
No,
he
let him-
sounded
but
like
let
a
him tell us the
disappointed
full
father.
topic.
Yeah.
No, you didn't do
You
anything
sounded
wrong.
like
I realized
disappointed.
we're at
Like,
2:45, and I want to actually talk
okay.
about this. That's the only
Okay,
reason.
okay.
You're not in trouble. Don't worry. Daddy's
Okay,
not.
he's okay, guys. He's okay.
No.
We did not anger the master.
yeah,
Okay,
because
good,
he
good,
sounded a
good.
bit upset.
We did
I
not
mean,
anger
you
the
only
master.
yelled at me fucking 10 times today, Coach.
Shut up!
Hey, shut up! Shut up! Goddamn
Literally.
Hispanic, shut up!
You know what's
I'm sorry, man.
crazy? It's Halloween week, and his black cat was annoying him. It was like cursing him.
It's
to
like,
not-
shut the fuck up when he wants to get to the
You know what's crazy though about this specific story, Hypno? I don't know if you read it as well, but apparently Square Enix refused to sell Final Fantasy 16 in Saudi Arabia,
They did,
essentially because they refused to change anything in the game to suit their, their ideology.
Wasn't they
or-
disappointed by the sales?
Yeah.
They
No,
were
wait,
disappointed.
but
No,
they-
it's
gotta
one of those
understand,
things where they hit.
I wanna know
It kind
so
of 16 hit their like bottom line goal. Like they weren't necessarily like happy with the sales, but they weren't disappointed either. But
Right.
yeah, they essentially gave up with the idea of selling the game in Saudi Arabia specifically because they would not meet the artistic censorship of the game to meet their,
But I mean, with
that
Final Fantasy
government's-
16, the gay stuff was a lot more. I don't want to say prevalent in the story, but it was pretty prevalent. I mean, the fact that Bahamut was taking it in the ass is still hurts me till this day
Jesus
to know that.
Christ.
Whoa, what? Oh,
Don't
Jesus
even sound
Christ.
right.
Yeah, the guy who is the summoner for Bahamut. He is the gay guy, and
Yeah.
of course
but
they
you know
did
what?
that because Bahamut is the
But wait.
mega fucking summon. So
So Spider-Man 2, but they not
I should have
releasing it in
returned Final
Middle
Fantasy
East?
16 back to the fucking GameStop it belonged to.
when I saw that, I was honestly shocked. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And I should have saw it coming, but it is what it is. Anyway, I do think it's pretty funny that so with this Cassie, with Spider-Man, the LGBTQ shit. What is it? Flags, a couple side quests, and what
yeah.
couple pandering murals in the game or whatever. Pretty easy stuff to remove. Couple textures, whatever.
A lot
But
of dialogue, a lot of
my
voice lines.
thing. Here's my thing, though. My thing that drove me crazy about this is that the people who actively crucify modders who remove this stuff, right? So Nexus mods and what's the fucking other? I forgot the other website.
Mod
that does it too.
DDB, but
Mod
Mod DDB.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They crucify people who were making mods to remove the LGBTQ stuff. They will literally
But
ban them without question.
It's sad because it wasn't even necessarily that they were doing that. What the modders were doing, were implementing the Middle Eastern version of the game. So basically, what Insomniac had created in order to be able to sell in the Middle East, they were simply like, okay, let's implement this version of the game that Insomniac made for people who just don't want to see all the gay shit in it.
Right. And my
Well,
thing is, so if Insomniac does it, suddenly all these websites like Nexus Mods, ModDB, they have nothing to say. They have absolutely nothing to say. There's no statements. There's no.
More so, the
there's
journalists
nothing.
don't say anything. The
Journalists don't say
That's because, ladies and gentlemen, the Islamic lobby is very powerful and the modding lobby is not. There we go.
No, that's not true. So
Is
let's
that
just
not, if you buy a game, especially if it's a physical copy, and you decide to mod it, does that game not belong to you? I mean, I would think that would be like, how can they ban you from a game you purchased just because you
Yeah,
decided?
the modding website banned the modders. They banned them from publicly sharing the modifications so other people could download it for themselves.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
They restricted the download or just took it down completely. It depends. But usually with all these, it's ironic you say that because especially Nexus Mods. Nexus Mods is like the most hypocritical modding website I've ever seen. They will ban people that do this kind of stuff. Yet, if you look at the Skyrim mod page, like I think 85% of their freaking mods are just multiple nude mods. Like, and they don't ban that shit. They don't ban that
They
shit.
banned nude mods on Nexus Mods. They're basically their website would collapse in a day.
Oh, they would collapse immediately. Like, do you know how many? There's
I've
people
been playing
that go
Fallout
hard
4
on
for
that
the
shit.
first time in years, and I've been doing it on PC, which I've never done, and I've got a shit ton of mods going. And I made sure I actively avoided downloading any of them from Nexus Mods. I either went to alternative mod sites or to people's YouTube videos where they put the mods in the description, just so Nexus Mods wasn't getting the traffic because of this Spider-Man bullshit.
Right, right. Pilgrim, what do you want to say on this? I saw you. You wanted to say something?
I think the smart thing would be if they just left all of the crap out of games and just made a good game that everybody could enjoy, that wouldn't upset anybody, and then they wouldn't have this problem.
It's like
to start
Cage
with.
tweeted today. Cage tweeted like when games used to be for men and for men only, they were better. When they weren't like trying to, pull a stunt of including some nonsense.
Cassie.
That was a great statement. And I think
That's when I got into playing video games.
It ain't funny.
Like, you have to understand, when I got into playing video games, I mean, I started out the Game Boy Color. That was back when games were essentially made for boys or men. That was the point. And I liked those games for what they were. Back then, developers would concentrate on making good games or making games that were innovative in the space, especially in the dawn of the 3D era. So, like, that was the goal, to make great games and to make games that gamers wanted. Now, with the implementation of, we must acknowledge diversity and try to include everyone. Well, now it's like they don't care about necessarily making a great game or a game that gamers want. Well, we have to look at all the gamers in their specific communities and appeal to them all ideologically, which makes for a shittier product overall, because instead of making sure that you made a good game, a game that has gameplay that people want to play, because in Marvel Spider-Man 2, there's a lot of bullshit in it. The core gameplay is amazing. I think it's really fun swinging around as Spider-Man and kicking ass and taking names. They improved on some of the fundamental core gameplay aspects, but then the non-core gameplay aspects, like walking around as Peter Parker and playing as Mary Jane, all this stuff is nonsense that nobody gives a fuck about. And if developers actually fucking understood what gamers want or cared about what gamers want, that shit wouldn't have been included in the first place.
Well,
that game has so many fucking plot holes. It's ridiculous.
So Hypno, the issue is that this time when they took all the gay stuff out for the Middle East, nobody is mad about it, right? Like the usual left wingers.
My thing is so it's a twofold thing for me, right, Casey? So it's the fact that Insomniac Games, who literally has 2 tabs on their website dedicated to diversity, equity, and inclusion bullshit nonsense, right? Those same people threw all of that out the fucking window for profit because they're gay for pay, like we always know they are. And not only that, number 2, it's the people who normally crucify others who are in the gaming community, right? They crucify others because they want to remove this shit in their game. And as a single player game, you should have the right to be able to mod it. But you have websites that are actively banning those mods simply because those websites are liberal websites and they have their ideology taking over everything, over business and everything. So those same people will not comment against Insomniac Games, who is actively doing the same thing that they supposedly are against. So everybody who's against all this stuff and swears to be a true ally to the LGBTQ are all completely silent cucks right now because
hypocrisy.
Big Daddy Insomniac Games decided to do it. So since they did it, it's okay. We're gonna turn a blind eye and just keep rolling with it. But I guarantee you, if there is a mod that comes out on Nexus Mods to ban LGBTQ flags in the US version of the game, those people will be banned, even though Insomniac just did the same exact thing, just in another fucking country. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
But see, that's
because
the
they're critical, they don't believe their own agenda.
But yeah, that's what but this is what I've been seeing the past 2 weeks, is just people just move in lockstep with what they think they're supposed to move in lockstep with. Like nobody really is like on the side of like the truth or like or what they truly believe. They don't believe in anything like, You know what I mean? Like, all right, so they usually come at people who mod the game and everything, but they're not gonna do it because it's Insomniac. You see, people are fake, but that's just not on the level. This last 2 weeks on the quote, right, whatever that is, I'm just like, oh.
They got the call, Casey. That's what happened.
You've come to terms with the reality of the situation, like I had to with Starfield.
Conservative because I take on the conservative position of the truth. You know what I mean, conserving. But I don't know what's going on with a lot of people right now. But I see, people. That's what people do. People go with the easy way, the popular. We're not gonna, Insomniac did it, so we're not gonna talk about it. Da da da. A lot of fake people out here in the world.
Here's what you should do then. Anyone that knows how to mod, here's the game plan. Go ahead and make this mod. Remove all the homo shit. But then in the description of the mod, put I'm a Muslim from South America, from Saudi Arabia, living in America, and I do not have access to the Middle Eastern version of the game. Here's my mod to all of you other Muslims living in this that want your version of the game. So if you present yourself as that's how you do it. They won't dare fucking take it down.
Exactly.
I want to see somebody do that.
Please, somebody do it. Please do it. I want them.
Maybe I should
reverse in their faces.
Because we know
I don't think too many Muslims will be watching this stream.
You know what I mean? We know that
have one on the
they don't
stream.
believe a single thing they're saying.
No. And that's
pretending.
What the fuck? What kind of working condition is that? Even for you, you are throwing your dignity, your integrity, your spinal cord of values away for that paycheck and to belong to the mass that is dictating the agenda.
Yeah.
Because you don't have anything else in life going on. So get it. If you are such a sad person, you might as well, stay with the Silicon Valley Halle Belly troupe and make your funny, goofy entertainment that nobody wants to see anymore. It's okay, but don't come at us and tell us what we should think, how we should react, and how we kind of should behave when we see these prepositions of bad entertainment, or at least like sometimes these intersections with political agendas that don't belong to us. You are putting this agenda on top of us. And
I like Atreus's lights because his light doesn't work.
Well, the sad reality is people say they believe in all this shit, but when it boils down to it, most people have zero fucking principles at all.
At all.
I mean, what's sad? I mean, this is why this space here is winning, because this is space. Because if you don't have space, you don't have creativity. And if you put agendas on everything that you do, you stifle creativity. And you have these kind of neural networks over there, like in Silicon Valley and Hollywood, where people don't like even doing what they're doing. And as a result of that, they don't like even the community they're in, because it's forced, because it's artificial, because it's not really grown, right? Yep. And so therefore, we're at least having fun because we're enjoying our space. And space kind of gives us the opportunity to roam around with our ideas, to insult us, to offend us, and also to come back
experiment as well.
To experiment as well. And that gives us the opportunity to be creative. That's a huge privilege. That's a huge privilege.
It absolutely is. Yeah.
I agree.
I'm not saying anything, T-Gap. My mouth is closed.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen, we're gonna close out the stream here, do our outros. It's been an amazing night, a lot of different topics to cover. RIP, of course, to what's his name again? Fuck, that's
Oh my god!
You literally
Matthew Perry,
man, earlier.
Also, rest in peace to Richard Roundtree, the OG Shaft, man.
He doesn't matter. He's black.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace to that guy for Friends. All right.
And to the guy who was on the, Harry's court, the officer,
all the dead fuckers, like recipes.
Yes, a lot of people out here
collective books and throw them in the grave.
But I want to thank everybody in the chat, man. It was awesome, so much fun. Let's do our outros really quick. We're gonna start with Atreus since he came in late, so he gets to go first. Take it away, sir.
Look at his lighting.
Yo, what up, y'all? I am this close to returning. I'm getting the studio packed and ready, and everything's in here now, so we just got to get everything set up and we'll be back. New schedule I will bring to you guys coming this week. So it's been a busy time period, but we here, goddamn it. So make sure y'all are following me on Twitter, Atreus_Max, or on Instagram, Atreus. So y'all, talk to y'all later.
Good stuff. Miss Coach MC, take it away, man.
we have a lot of videos coming up. They are all in the pipeline. We're all over the place here in Miami. We also went to Naples to the International Film Festival, where, I mean, when it comes down to like creating networks, being in the entertainment side of things, and really teaching people how to not only learn the craft, but also how to survive in the entertainment industry, we're one of the few over here in Miami. So come to check us out also live if you want for a free trial session. Just contact me on my website. It's thecoachmc.studio. Otherwise, if you need tips about acting, about the career that's behind the acting craft, or if you just want to create something that is amazing and creative and different and and remarkable, come over to the Coach MC Studio YouTube channel and subscribe. Come over here every Saturday. We try to open our minds, to create some space for each other, to have discussions, to have arguments flow, and to roam around, because that's ultimately, this is where everything starts. If you're not allowed to do that anymore, if you stifle that thinking process, if you put people mentally in a cage, it's going to be chaos, anarchy, and revolution. But probably it's going to be the best thing that could happen to us. But in the end, violence is never the solution. It is love. It is creativity. It is abundance and not scarcity. So come here. Yeah, we have a lot of abundant ideas, and see you next week. It's going to be a fun ride.
If you want the uncultured swine cleansed from you, go to Coach MC. All right.
That girl Casey, take it away.
Well, thank you again. Always Hypnotic for the Saturday nights that you let us come here and vent and release. I love my squad, every last one of them on this panel, because this is the realness right here, right? We don't all think the same. We're not boxed up into some virtuous, flag waving type thinking. We think what we think, and then we have no problem presenting it to you guys. So thank you, always Hypnotic, for hosting this every Saturday night. And then you guys can find me on my channel on YouTube, That Girl Casey. And on that channel, I'm trying to make the inconvenient truth great again. And that's just really it, because there's a lot of things that are inconvenient, but we have to talk about the truth no matter where it lands. It may not be particularly comfortable where it lands, but we have to talk about it, and everything's connected. So tomorrow too, I'll be going live at 5 p.m. and I'm going live because all my channels like really geopolitical, and then like also current events and a little bit of pop entertainment type stuff. It's a mix of everything, because everything's connected. But of course, with the last 2 weeks, with what's been going on overseas, I am very much talking about the war, and like how people are influencing and talking about it. So tomorrow my live is called Christian Zionism Needs to Be Destroyed. So 5 p.m. if you guys want to go check that out. It's inconvenient, but I always come with the truth.
With a name like that, it might be her last live show, thanks to YouTube.
Yeah, I'm checking it out.
You know what I'm saying? But we gotta talk about everything, So, and people want to hear the raw and the realness now, and we don't all have to agree. I read the chats, and I listen to what people are saying and everything. So, but people are searching for something real, and I'm noticing that a lot of the people who claim to be real lately have not been. But it's okay; they do their thing, and we do ours.
100%. Quick shout out to Panther 111, man, member for 5 months. 5 months is still rocking. Thank you so much, Panther. I appreciate you, man. Cult Classic Cage Pool, take it away.
Hell yeah! So I purposely kept on this mask the entire time to keep up the mystique. So if you're interested in actually seeing what this ridiculous face underneath this mask looks like, you're welcome to go subscribe to my channel, Cult Classic Cage. Just hit 3K. Crazy
Major
enough,
congrats.
Thank you so much. I'm still utterly shocked. I didn't think I would get nearly as far as I have. I thought, obviously, YouTube would take my toys away. But since they have not, I'm here to cause immense chaos. So if you're interested in that, Cult Classic Cage on YouTube, Twitter, and I'm planning to get back to Kick fairly shortly. So just give me some time. Just had some shit going on in real life, but everything seems to be slowly going back to normal. So I appreciate everyone that's been, obviously understanding of my situation. So thank you so much. And we've hit the ground running from 3K. Now we're running towards 4K faster than I could imagine. So holy shit. Thank you guys
10
for that.
by this time next year. 10.
Yes, and I would like to think so, but I don't like to get my hopes up. I will put in the work to try and earn it, though. But yes, if you want to hear a bunch of other fuck shit Insomniac has done in regards to Marvel, Spider-Man, that's definitely what I've been covering as of late. Is a mixed bag of things, and we're talking about all of it and having fun with it. So if you're interested in that, check me out. Thank you for having me.
Gummy bears.
Absolutely. And of course, our guest star, Sleepy Pilgrim. Take it away, good sir.
Thank you. I just want to say thanks to Hypnotic and the guys for having me on tonight. It's been an absolute blast. It's the first time I've ever done anything like this, and it's been so much fun. If you want to go over and subscribe to the Sleepy Pilgrim channel, I think I'm nearly at 5,000 subscribers. So, the more the merrier. I'm basically just an asshole to everybody. I don't take the channel seriously. I mean, I just do this in my part time. I make as many videos as I can in a week. But yeah, it's just general YouTube drama, laughing at stuff in the news, and it's not too serious. So if you want to laugh, if you want to hear me bad mouthing people, then just come on over. And thanks again, everybody. I've loved this tonight.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for joining us. We also got Ray Swap Dragon Slayer. Take it away.
Hey guys, well, I just want to say again, wonderful stream as usual. We had our fun. We just went insane, and this is why y'all come over, because you come for the honest takes. And as for me, I know I haven't been uploading in quite a long while. I'm sorry about that. Just things in real life got in the way, but I am quite sure I'm going to put in the effort to actually get a video out next week and then get even more out faster that way. It's just things have been kind of difficult for me, but it's all going to go right away and it's all going to work out perfectly well. But if you want to check out my other videos, since I have quite an extensive catalog by this point, just check me out at the links below. And please remember to just check out everybody else on this panel. They all offer very wonderful and interesting content. Yes, even the good old trans activist Leon over here has amazing content as well.
Yes.
Just
some of the best.
Okay. Yeah, and the Steven Seagal fanboy over there, Ryan, or
some of the
Kareem.
worst.
Yeah, but again, like I said, check everyone out. I think you're gonna find some that you can actually get into. But yeah, that's it for me, really. Just be on the lookout for the next video. All right, that's it.
Fair enough. And Kareem Abdul Turbani, aka Ryan Roger Athe.
I must put on my burqa for this.
And
Thank you all
this
very
is
much
and
for
this, kids, is
watching.
how you be so racist.
Thank you. I love all of you platonically. Please check out Ryan Roger Athe. I am the host and founder of Reality Based. I will be making more videos tomorrow, the day after that, so on and so forth. I am the quantity content creator. Pumping up.
Yo, I gotta get
there,
the fuck off this stream, man. I'm not trying to die, bro. Get this guy. Get the fuck out of here.
I can't take
It's okay. They think it's a woman because he's got the freaking turban on.
Subscribe to Ryan Roger Athe and his Arab brother Kareem Abdul Turbani.
Oh my god.
Sound Pakistani, like it's not even.
Oh, please
my
subscribe
God.
to all of these creators. They are
Funny
they are
because
so
you're
much
all
fun.
laughing at it.
Oh, but everybody's so creative.
Everybody laughs before they die. It's like that nervous
is
laugh.
funny.
Just that reaction.
Well, at least it's a worthwhile laugh.
Now for words who actually has talent.
Oh, well,
Leon,
thank you, bud.
Words
No,
of
I think
Paradise.
you're
That's a nice little
talented. I think
compliment.
Your comedic talent is like it's some of the best of all of us on the panel, without a doubt. So you've got something going for you. I don't normally start with a plug. I try to save that for last. However, a couple great things that happened I got to talk about. One, during this stream, hit 1,700 subscribers. So thank you very much. That number hit 17 during this stream.
Man.
I appreciate it. And anyone that wants to chat that number up a little bit higher so it doesn't dip, be appreciated. Also, I don't normally do scripted, heavily edited videos, but once a month. Well, tomorrow, hopefully, is that once a month, because while I was on Cannoli Sasquatch and Vex Electronica stream on Monday, I came to realize something. The Resident Evil game pretty much aped its plot from fucking Alien. So I've done a deep dive dissection video and to try and figure out if Alien was in fact ripped off by Resident Evil, and I'm putting that video out hopefully tomorrow. Again, scripted, highly edited. So not the sort of nerdy news coverage I normally do, but I would really like individuals to watch that. If you're interested in movies, video games, or some conglomeration of both, it's going to be a Halloween special. Speaking of Halloween specials, got Countercast coming up on Monday. Which is going to have Vex Electronica on it, as well as some other guests. And then a Halloween stream on Tuesday, my very first Halloween special stream, where I'm probably going to be ranking horror games. We'll see. I haven't quite figured out if that's the route I'm going to go. But either way, just really excited about the 1700 mark, and the fact that I've got one of my more big extravagant videos coming out tomorrow. So be sure to check that out. And other than that, dude, sub to everyone on this panel. Sleepy Pilgrim was awesome to meet. He brought up some great points. Loved his accent. He's like a more mature, better version of Ryan Roger Athay, which was super cool to see. I'm glad that Atreus decided to make it here on Black Time. We got Dragon Slayer, who's eventually going to get back to making content. Casey, Coach, literally all these individuals are awesome. And either Coach or Casey, one of them said it. We all did, Casey. We all have different points of view, and the fact that we have a place for us all to talk about that different point of view instead of just being an echo chamber like so many other these panel shows. That's why you guys keep coming back, and I'd love to see it. So thank you so much. Support everybody on this panel, especially our bigot leader, Hypnotic.
We need fire. Really quick before we go, we need to talk about this. Like, what is this ultra thought picture you got going on here?
Yeah.
I'm trying to make you. I just started an Instagram.
This is some real body shit.
I like Coach earlier. I was looking through Coach's Instagram. I saw his shirtless pics, and I was like, I should do one of these for Saturday Night Hypnosis tonight. So it's all because of you, brother. I took inspiration from my hero, the Oracle Coach.
Next thing you know, he'll be doing freaking squat pics.
That is some super feeling cute, might delete it later kind of a thing going on here.
For sure.
That's what I was going for, so it works.
That's
exactly what that is.
Started it, got 4 likes.
I'm blushing.
Incredible. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks.
Episode 62 is awesome. Thank you, everybody in the chat, for hanging out with us. Thank you to all the mods, of course, for doing their thing. Thank you for Sleepy Pilgrim for hanging out with us tonight as well. And of course, guys, go have fun on your Halloween coming up. Don't get too crazy. Don't get too drunk.
No.
And don't start robbing people like Atreus. Otherwise, things will definitely end poorly. And on that note, thank you guys for all the support. See you guys on the next week, and go be bigots. Have a great night. Bye.
Bye.
I am not dead. I will win. Sex with me. And I got news for you.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
Her dog, or her cat, was named Vagina. Vagina. Vagina.